Shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom. Brother Naquam, watchman for Israel, coming back at you with these precepts. And another Monday Night Fire, right? Another Monday Night Fire, giving, of course, all honor and all glory to Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach, like Ebashai, double honors to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting for the second coming of Mashiach, like Ebashai. A hearty, mighty shalom to all of the mighty men of the Most High God who are out there in the highways and byways, pushing this truth, magnifying the ministry, presenting their body as a living sacrifice, and enduring all things for the elect's sake. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there in the highways and byways as of yet, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit. They're praying, they're fasting, they're studying. They're being diligent and abounding in the work of the Lord. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the Aquath out there, the sincere sisters out there, holding it down in the households, reverencing the husbands, being submissive and diligent, and moving in the spirit of our righteous foremothers. Shalom, shalom. And shalom to everybody tuning in live. Love Pius, Elijah Jones, Isaac Judah, Angelo, HBK Int, S God 144, Yakanan 36, your call, Salakia. Bear with me. Salakia. Bear with me. Salakia. Right? Get these brothers involved. Shalom Yakar, Judah in the house, Kyoko Banyamyan, Azariah, and everybody else tuning in and that will tune in, Lord willing. Chicago Palestinians, right? Attack WFI Israelites. What really happened? So I'm trying to get these brothers, Salaki, bear with me. I got to get these brothers from Chicago. I thought they were set up through the spirit. So, Salaki, bear with me. I want to get these brothers set up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. Right, Salakia, real quick. All right, so I got to get these brothers involved. I mean, these brothers was live on the scene, right? Back to back weeks. Chicago Palestinians attack WFI Israelites. What really happened, right? So bear with me, right? I want to get these brothers involved, right? And I want to send these brothers, Salakia, the link, right, to get into this thing. Right? I thought they was all set up through the spirit, right? Salaki, bear with me. Right? Salaki, yeah. Right? Because all hell broke loose out there, right? You can see all hell broke loose out there, right? If you didn't see it, I mean, it's all over. I mean, it's world news, right? It wasn't done in a secret, as the scripture says. This was a big deal. It's trending on Twitter. It's trending worldwide on social media. We do want to address it, right, and speak about what really happened. Of course, the footage is out there. Not every angle is out there. I mean, we have footage out there. We have boots on the ground. We have eyewitnesses. We have the mighty officers of the camp that were out there who were attacked and defended themselves, and more importantly, defended the name of Yahweh by Shema Mashiach and also defended their brothers from the vexation and the attacks of the heathen that happened on that day. And you got a lot. I just want to put this out there. It's a lot of and I want to be temperate and mild in my word choice. There's a lot of just outright wicked men out in Israel who are looking and looting and plotting for brothers to be attacked, or saying, well, why did y'all do this and why did y'all do that? Why were y'all out there and y'all got carnal and y'all shouldn't attack them, and y'all went and y'all provoke them and first and foremost, you Negro, you make me sick, man. Right? If you have put that out there and you didn't examine the matter and you didn't inquire diligently concerning what happened, and you had a presumptuous judgment, first of all, you're wicked. I'm going to just put that out there because you have violated. And we're going to go through the precepts. We're going to go through the scriptures, the law, statutes, and the commandments, because you niggas make me sick, man. You get up there on the keyboard, you tap your nasty fingers on the keyboard, and you have not examined the matter. You have not examined the matter. You have not followed the scripture. You're being effeminate. You got emotional. You're an outright coward. And I wouldn't want to be around no Negro like that in a day of evil and in a time of Jacob's trouble, because those are the ones that are going to say, oh, you're not in my camp, I'm not going to defend you, right? Or you don't teach my doctrine, then you're thrown to the wolves, essentially, where I don't know you, right? Those are the type of Negroes with fringes on who don't know what this truth is really about, man. Those are the type of people that the Most High is against, man. And I'm talking to you Negroes who went on social media, who went and made posts, who hit up brothers, who didn't examine the matter, and made all types of false accusations, false judgment. You have no idea what happened. You're secretly hoping that brothers did something wicked so you can say, aha, I got something on these brothers. I always hated WFI. I couldn't stand them. They went against this. They went against that. Aha, we finally got them. You Negroes are going to be destroyed, man. Because you have evil and hatred inside of your heart. You didn't examine the matter. You have envy rooted in you, hatred and malice rooted in you. If you're one of the brothers that's plotting and hoping and waiting for brothers to slip up and fall, then you're no better than those Palestinians, man. You're no better than the Edomites. You're no better than these other nations, man. Sitting up there lurking and watching the video, looking for a brother to slip up, man. That's what they did to Jeremiah. Jeremiah said, all my familiar friends watch for my halting, saying we will entice him and we shall prevail against him. They did that to Isaiah, man. You got, and it's not even the nations, it's brothers with fringes on. We got to get on you brothers first with fringes on, because judgment must first begin at the house of the Most High. And we're going to go into the precepts, but I got to go on his rant through the spirit. But it's the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They did that to our forefathers, man. Wicked Israel is always looking for an opportunity to supplant and overthrow the men of the Lord. Right? But we're going to bring out the facts, show what happened, right? Go through the precepts, go to the root of the matter, examine the matter. So, let Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua be true and every man a liar. Right? Let me bring the mighty brothers on here. Right? Shalom, King.
Shalom, King. So, I'm on my way home, but I wanted to chime in first and foremost. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakathum. I wanted to chime in on the point that you made, and I was going to hop back on when I got back in the crib. If you can hear me.
Yeah, go ahead, King.
Khan. Yeah, first and foremost, all praises to the Most High for putting it in those brothers' spirits for being their brother's keeper. Right? There's a lot of brothers that talk a good game, but when it's time to really strap up the boots and be about action, they tuck their tails behind their legs. And I can't say anything bad about those brothers out there in Chicago, man. They did what a brother is supposed to do, right? No greater love that a man can show, loosely paraphrasing, than to lay down his life for his brother. And that's what we exemplify at WFI, right? We are our brother's keepers. And for those brothers who hopped on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever damn social media you got on, I'm going to reiterate, you brothers are cowards, man. Instead of backing your brothers up and saying, I'm going to support my brothers, then we're going to get to the root of the problem, and there's correction that needs to be laid out, then we can do that. But first thing you do, why was y'all there anyway? The Lord not dealing with you carnal men, right? That's an effeminate behavior. And none of our forefathers would have moved in that spirit. If I see anybody, I don't give a damn what camp you in, and all these brothers on here probably feel the same way without a doubt, and you getting jumped on by the heathen, our hand is going to be the first one to get them up off of you, man. And that's what being in this truth is about, truly loving your nation.
Khan, Shalom, King. Shalom. Can y'all hear me?
Khan, Shalom, King.
Shalom.
Khan, and again, I'm extremely proud of all the brothers that was out there in Chicago who came from the camps around Indianapolis, Milwaukee, and they stood their ground against those heathen, man. Because there's going to be a time where you're going to have to do that anyway. It's too late in the game to be scared. Right? I just wanted to land me back on that and put that out there and hop back on here when I get in the house, Lord willing.
Con. Let me get this precept, man. We got the mighty brothers on here, man. So these brothers out in Chicago, the brothers from Indiana, the brothers from Milwaukee, the brothers from Minneapolis, They're brothers from Detroit, right? These brothers was out there, man. These brothers was out there. This is not, and these brothers are risking their life to go out there, man. We don't go out there for fun. We're not going out there to play games. We don't go out there to be seen of women or men or views. I mean, these brothers teaching at third biggest city in Babylon the Great, downtown in the chief concourse. They're not teaching in an alley somewhere. These brothers don't teach behind some project building or in the cut, man. These brothers, and this is not for nothing, but these brothers in these camps and watching for Israel, they teach in the highest, chiefest places of concord in Babylon the Great. Every city, Philadelphia, 10th and Market, Baltimore, Inner Harbor, Chicago, Michigan Avenue, right? These brothers teach out in the most dangerous public concourse in the country. I mean, these brothers aren't hiding. We're not in the dark, man. These brothers are risking their life week in and week out to do the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. These brothers have to deal with all types of doctrines, demons. You know how demonic Chicago is, man? How wicked it is. These brothers go to the hood. They got the brothers in the hood. They in front of the bus stop, right? And these, they're gonna speak for themselves, but these brothers they put in work, man, and all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right? Let me get this precept of Sirach chapter 11. Right? This Ecclesiasticus, and I speak as a fool when I say what I say, but it must be said in times like this, man. Brothers don't get on here to do that. Brothers know how we operate, right? But for you Negroes and you wicked scoffers and scorners, we're gonna have to call a spade, man. We have to call it what it is. Right? This Sirach chapter 11 and verse 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. Right? So if you violate that and then you bear false witness, don't you know the law says if you bear false witness and it's a false statement and charge, the judgment that you thought to put on that person is supposed to fall upon you? So charges against brothers for being rebellious, that's witchcraft. The Lord said, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. That's bearing false witness. Any type of charge against being out of order, you're not supposed to be out there, you got carnal, that is classified as rebellion in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And the judgment on rebellion is death. So anybody that laid a false charge, you didn't examine the matter, if it wasn't for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you would be put to death, man, tonight. That's the true judgment of the Most High. That's why it says, be not hasty to utter anything before God. For he is in heaven and you upon the earth. Therefore, let your words be few, paraphrasing, because you're going to say something and you're going to be held accountable for what you say. Right? There's one more in that. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. So what brothers should have did was they should have reached out. Y'all brothers, all right? I saw what happened in the video. I'm not sure really what happened. I just want to make sure y'all brothers okay. Right? Anybody need anything? Right? Other congregations reached out, man. Brothers from Sakari reached out. Brothers from Anointed House of Saints reached out. House of Israel, right? They reached out and brothers said, y'all all right? Y'all held it down. Y'all need anything? Then you got other brothers. Oh, y'all wicked. Why y'all out there? What these brothers? How long y'all brothers been out there?
3+ years.
These brothers been out there for over 3 years. In the cheapest of spots in Chicago. Right? One more. It reads, answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. I'm going to let brothers get in there before I go on the rant. Brothers got it.
Come. Shalom, King. Shabashim Shabakatham.
Shalom.
And like the brother was going into, these mighty brothers, they held it down through the spirit. They was in order. They was diligent. They was on fire. They magnified the Most High's name, his beloved son Yahushua, right? They kept rank. They did everything that they had to do, right, to make sure that the Most High's name was magnified. Brothers didn't run. Brothers held it down. I mean, like the brother saying, you got to understand the matter before you charge a brother with iniquity. Right, let me get this quick precept. And brothers got to stop coming against one another in the last days. The Lord said, gather your souls together. O nation not desired. Brothers should be gathering together in the last days. Instead of making Israel your enemy, you should understand who's the chief enemy on the earth, man. The times we living in. Jacob's trouble on the rise. World War III brewing up. You should really understand what's going on instead of pointing a finger, right? Murmuring, disputing, right? Acting like a child that matters you have no understanding in, instead of being a man and standing for your nation. Hey, Yahweh Shah said they're not against us, man, right? They were for us. Well, let me get this quick precept. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 12. It says, "For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then could I have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. Then would I have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man mine equal, my guide and mine acquaintance." So what hurts more when your people betray you? Judas Iscariot betrayed you. Your own brother turned his back on you. Your own brother robbed you, right? Your kinsman. These things hurt more. Like David said, look, I could have borne it if it was Amalek. I could have borne it if it was Ishmael. I could have borne it, you understand, if it was Japheth and these other nations. But for my own people to come up against me, my own people to rise up in times like this, when you're supposed to need them the most, should be hitting brothers up on the email, checking on brothers on social media, pulling up in person. These are the time where the ancient men in the ancient world, they gathered together in the gate. They wasn't dispersed abroad, murmuring and chit-chatting in their tents. The real men of Israel, they gathered together. They counseled about times of war. They went together under Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to get the matter to straight and go to war, man. Right? It says this, "Hated me, that did magnify himself against me, then would I have hid myself from him." Last one. "But it was thou, a man mine equal," meaning my own brother, "my guide and mine acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked into the house of God in company." Meaning we're all walking in the same place, the law, statutes, and commandments. We're all serving the same God, the God of Israel. We're all seemingly trying to get the kingdom. So we all should be moving on the same accord. Brothers got it.
Yeah, and you again, you make me sick, man. A lot of you brothers make me sick, man. I'm gonna just put that out there. I'm gonna just put it out there. Let me go to Susanna 1:48. Right before we even, it's sad that we can't even go into you Ishmaelites yet, man. We can't even go into the Ishmaelites yet because we got to deal with Israel first. We got to rebuke Israel. We should have been 20 minutes in going into the matter, but now we have to, for the sake of wickedness, got to address Israel, man. Just for the sake of wickedness. Jake, you're always looking and plotting and waiting like a heathen, man. Waiting for somebody to go off so you can try to say I got something on them. And those be the most wicked men. Those be the most doing God knows what. Those be the men dealing with Edomites, dealing with prostitutes, right? Freaking off in the night, doing God knows what, teaching in the alley somewhere, like Amos said, because they can't do what those brothers could do through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. A lot of that is rooted in envy and malice and hatred. Right? Let me get this real quick. Right? Let me get this quick precept. Right? This is History of Susanna, chapter 1 and 47. It reads, "Then all the people turned them toward him and said, What mean these words that thou hast spoken?" Because Daniel stood up for Susanna. Right? Daniel said, "I'm clear from the blood of this woman." Right? Y'all want to shed this woman's blood? Let me step in. Right, and make sure this woman is not put to death, right? Because what did they do? I'm not going to read this whole account. They went hastily to pronounce a false judgment against Susanna. The entire crowd was swayed by the wicked judges, as these men were elders, man. And they followed the masses, and they violated Exodus chapter 23, 1 and 2 on down. And they followed a multitude to do evil. Daniel said, "I am clear from the blood of this woman." Right? Reading on. Because some people just go with the flow. Yeah, they shouldn't have been out there. Yeah. Because they teach, that the Sabbath is Friday night to Saturday night, right? Or they teach, whatever, man. That's why they got jammed up. So some people just go strictly into a false accusation. But what did Daniel say? Verse 48. "And he standing in the midst of them said, Are ye such fools? are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth, ye have condemned a daughter of Israel. Right? So without examination or knowledge of the truth, you can't condemn somebody. If you didn't examine, if you didn't hit the law, let me get one more real quick, because this is the law, right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 1 and 15. This is the law, right? Deuteronomy 1 and 15. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, Salakia, and captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains over 10s, and officers among your tribes. And I charged your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother and the stranger that is with him. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is the Most High's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. And I commanded you at that time all the things which ye should do. So you're supposed to hear the cause of the small and the great. If something happens to between Ariah and a dwarf, I can't just say, well, Ariah's right? Well, the dwarf, you're too short. What do you know? Right? Why don't you grow a little bit? Then we'll try to hear your matter. No, we have to hear what Ariah has said, right? Then we have to hear what the dwarf has said, right? We have to hear, and we can't favor him. We can't countenance a poor man at his cause. Well, he's just short. Just give him what he wants, right? He'll never be the same as everybody. Just give him what he wants. That's wicked. You can't countenance a poor man at his cause, and you can't fear the face of man. So before any judgment is made, what brother should have done was reached out and heard the cause of the matter and said, hey, look, this is what happened. Okay, I heard this matter. Okay, I'm looking at this. I have examined it. I've weighed it in a balance. I'm not a false abomination. Let me pronounce a judgment. Right? Brothers got it.
Con, I got a few precepts. Let me get the book of Sirach, chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 25, right? Because, I mean, you got a lot of people that just believe anything. You know, they see what's on social media, just go with the flow, or they see what a certain camp says, or, you know, certain individuals say, and they just kind of go with the flow and just build on top of that foundation, not understanding what actually happened or the history or the narrative behind it, right? Like the brother said, examining the whole matter, right? It's Sirach chapter 3 and verse 25, and it says, without eyes thou shalt want light, profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou has not. And I mean, this brother just professing knowledge based on what they heard, man, not really going deeply into the matter, not understanding, like I said, the reasons behind certain things, right? They're just kind of professing things out their lips they don't know, not considering they do evil, right? It's Proverbs chapter 14, and I'm going to start at verse 15, right? This Proverbs chapter 14 and verse number 15, and it says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. So just based off, certain things, we can see who's simple and we can see who's prudent, right? The Lord said the simple believes every word. You're going to kind of just believe it and just run with it, man, right? Like the brother said, you don't hit brothers up. And we're supposed to be a nation of people. You're looking at different articles. It doesn't say watchmen for Israel camp. It doesn't say that. It says the black Hebrew Israelites, man, right? Condemning us for certain things that we've done, or we would handle it this way. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, they see you, they gonna see us. They see you, they gonna see us. They see fringes. They don't see GM, they don't see GMS or Sakari. They don't see any of these different camps, man. Right? They see one nation of people. Let me get one more precept. This 1 Kings chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse number 8. Let's see what our forefathers asked the Most High in their prayers. Right? And it says, give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy Slakia, able to judge this thy so great a people? So, asking for discernment, as leaders of the people, we have to have better judgments. We have to have better discernment. And this is what King Solomon asked for. But brothers got it.
I'd appreciate it. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse number 13. Just to add on to what the brothers are saying, with the slandering, the false accusers, the false accusations. I mean, you can see who's applying the precepts and you see who's not applying the precepts. You see who's using wisdom and who doesn't use wisdom. Because if you applied the precepts, even if these spirits come to your mind, you would say, hold on, no, that's Sirach 11:7. I can't do that. That's Proverbs 18:13. So you see the spirit, that's on certain men in the last days. But this Proverbs 18:13, he that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto them. So all of that is folly and shame. I was watching this one YouTube live stream of a brother in the truth, and he said that whole event was staged by the government. So people, they just say anything, man. And nobody likes being falsely accused. That's not a good feeling, man. They did that to Yahushua. They did that to Stephen. Right? Let me get Sirach chapter 26. Sirach chapter 26 and 5. Nobody likes that. But at the end of the day, guess what? This is what comes with it. And I came to realize that, people gonna hate you if you do good. They gonna hate you if you do bad. So either way, you doing good works, you still gonna receive hate. That's how it is. That's how this world is set up. So you just gotta bear it upon it, and you gotta take it on the chin. This comes with being an Israelite that's keeping the commandments, that's following the Most High God in sincerity and in truth. Right? But this Sirach chapter 26 and verse number 5. Sirach 26 and verse number 5, and it reads, there be three things that my heart feareth, and the fourth I was so afraid, the slander of a city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude, and a false accusation. So Sirach said, hey, I was so afraid of this. Again, nobody likes that. Somebody saying you do something and you never did it. You know how many brothers got locked up for that? Rape charges, right? Things they didn't did, theft, murder. Read a new one. It says all these are worse than death. So we got to continue, we're going to apply the precepts regardless of what everybody does, how other Israelites operate. Like the brother saying, they're supposed to be on our side. But guess what? Not all Israel is Israel. Just because they have fringes, it hurts. It definitely hurts. But guess what? It's prophecy. All right. But you got it.
Khan, that's a mighty point. And I want to bring this over Sirach chapter 21, right? In verse number 22. Sirach 21 and 22. And what makes you Israel is you keeping the Father's commandments. Not what camp you in, not how tall you are, not what city you living in. The Lord said, who are my mother and my brethren? Them that do the will of my Father. So if you're keeping these commandments and you're keeping these precepts and statutes, right, you're our brother. But if you're going against the commandments, you're being a hypocrite in the last days. You're doing everything times two the enemy is doing, right? You might as well stand with them, right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse 22. A foolish man's foot is soon in his neighbor's house, but a man of experience is ashamed of him. So the Lord said a foolish man's foot is going to be all in his neighbor's house, peeking in the windows, looking all over here. He don't know the matter. He just in his neighbor's house. It says, a fool will peep in at the door into the house, but he that is well nurtured stand without. So you're sitting up there peeking in the door. And when you peek into something, you don't see the full picture. You don't see the full matter. You don't have full understanding of what it is you're looking at. There's different angles. There's different rooms, right? There's different levels, right? There's different shadings and dark spots. You can't see everything from the outside looking in or just from one video or that caption that you read. Black Hebrew Israelites got mad and all hell broke loose. Black Hebrew Israelites had a bad day, or whatever the case may be, man. They started a rant and riot, right? That's going to overthrow your judgment. It says, it is the rudeness of a man to hearken at the door, but a wise man will be grieved with his disgrace. The lips of talkers will be telling of such things as pertaineth not unto them, but the words of such as have understanding are weighed in a balance. So you have to weigh things in a balance, what you say. Because what you say could bring forth murder, could bring forth death, could bring forth robbery, distress, could break down and overthrow a house. Somebody could give a false counsel and judgment, and now that woman may not think she's married to that man anymore. Counsel, direction, and tongue can break bones. And when you're giving counsel or giving a judgment, you have to understand how serious that is in the eyes of the Most High. We're a nation that are built off of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and judgment and judges and equity and prudence and running it in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lord said, let me get this quick last precept. The habitation of the Lord, right? Let me get this real fast in the book of Psalms, right? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 89 and verse 14. Justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. So you want to know what's around the Lord's throne? It isn't folly. It isn't murmuring. It isn't backbiting. The Lord said justice and judgment, meaning true justice on a situation, and the judgment of the matter is the habitation of the Lord's throne. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. So you want to see how the Most High get down, what's inhabiting his throne. It's the true judgments that has to go out. You understand? And it's going into true justice. Not to be overthrown by what you hear and have for what you see. Brothers got it.
Yeah, I want to bring this quick precept out because that's a plague in Israel. I've been saying that, for a long time, that brothers are quick and sisters, but brothers be quick, mainly you brothers, to make a false judgment because maybe you disagree with doctrine or maybe, you tried to, join a camp or, maybe you fell out and now you hate all camps. And there's a lot of spirits out there, man. There's a lot of spirits out there. And like I said, these are the things that befell our fathers, our forefathers. This is Jeremiah chapter 20, and I'm going to read verse 10. Right? This is Jeremiah chapter 20 and verse 10. I'm going to read out the NLT. It reads, I have heard the many rumors about me. They call me the man who lives in terror. They threaten. If you say anything, we will report it. Even my old friends are watching me, waiting for a fatal slip. He will trap himself, they say, and then we will get our revenge on him. So that's what they was doing to Jeremiah, waiting on a fatal slip. Some brothers wanted us to be destroyed out there, right? Oh, they got put to flight. They got destroyed out there. Look, one thing that through faith we know is not going to happen around a bunch of Ishmaelites and a bunch of Palestinians, right? And a bunch of damn heathen. It's the men of the Lord get put to flight, man. The men of the Lord aren't getting put to flight. It's not happening, man. So, sorry to disappoint the wicked of Israel and you other nations, man, who thought that these things would befall us, man. Right? We're not getting, I didn't see the footage. I didn't see the angle where they brother scattered 7 ways and there was not 2 of them together. There's no footage of that, man. When some of the brothers went to West Chicago, West Side, then the other brothers were at the South Side, then the other brothers were up and hopped on the train, then other brothers picked up the Palestinian flag and joined the Palestine. It never happened, man. It never happened, right? And through faith, when you watch that footage and you see exactly what did y'all brothers have a drone out there?
The mighty
The brothers had the drone out there. I mean, we got the aerial view. We're gonna go through the footage. We're going to show you what happened through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right? We're going to look at it, and there's believe it or not, right? There's a whole, like Zabiah Allah was saying, this thing goes back, last year, 2 years ago?
Yeah, around 2 years ago, this December.
Around 2 years ago, man. And, y'all brothers can speak on it. When we had to deal with these Ishmaelites out in Chicago, and we had to deal with them and their doctrine, right? And we violated, as we should, the wicked artifacts of these heathen and their ancient, nasty books, man. Right? And these brothers actually received death threats. Oh, we're going to see you, right? We'll be out there. We're going to put, I'm not going to say the words because I don't know how they're going to deal with the channel, but these brothers received death threats, man. And not just from one Ishmaelite, man. From many Ishmaelites, many men. Y'all better not be out there. And we got them. And these brothers, they was plotting on this for damn years, man. A year. Right? These brothers are out there, no more than 15 deep. And these Ishmaelites have been plotting and planning, and we got the footage We got the proof. We got the witnesses. We got the evidence that they've been plotting something like that for years. For over the last year, they've been plotting and planning to go out there and try to vex and attack the men of the Lord, man. Right? So these things have, that's where you have to examine the matter. You have to see exactly what happened. You have to see what led up to it. That's called an investigation. Part of the law, let me get this precept in Deuteronomy 17. Right? Let me get this in Deuteronomy 17. Right? That's why we have to study the law so we can understand how to deal with matters before we find ourselves in sin and folly. You have to know how to apply the law, and it's not just not eating pork. I don't know where brothers got that from. It's just not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, growing your beard out. I mean, you have hundreds of commandments, and you have to apply like Tazimah said, these precepts should be, the Lord said, thy law have I kept in my heart that I might not sin against thee, paraphrasing. And wisdom is a defense. And another place is written, right? So you have to have these precepts in your mind so you can know how to live this truth and not just feign yourself as an Israelite. You have to live this thing. You have to know how to execute judgment. You have to know how to give counsel. You have to know proper commandments and laws and how to deal with matters at hand. That's called being a king. How many brothers call themselves a king? Don't you know the law says that the king must write a copy of the law out and read it therein all the days of his life? The king must be a master of the law. How many brothers call themselves a priest? A priest is a teacher of the law. The Lord said for a long time, Israel has been without a true God. Right? And the priest, paraphrasing. Right? So you got to study the law so you can know how to move in the spirit. Right? This let me read this real quick. Right? This Deuteronomy chapter 17. You got brothers saying, y'all messing it up for all of us. Right? Y'all messing it up for all Israel. Right? Y'all are, like the brother said, this is, y'all staged this. Well, where do we stage it at? Where can we rehearse this? If you stage something, they got to be rehearsed. That means we had lines. We have a director.
You got to check.
Yeah, that means these brothers got cut a check. Where's my check? Because I got to call out of work tomorrow. Because I'm going to be on edge all day. Where's my check at, man? I got to be up at 5 in the morning. These brothers got jobs and families, man. Who is the director? The producer. And where the hell could they stage some massive brawl where the police have to be involved? This had to be the biggest Steven Spielberg, Spike Lee joint, scores. What's that guy? That devil's name? Some biggest movie of all time. It has been a hell of a movie, man. Right? Let me get this precept. Damn, staged. You said, well,
I got one after you.
All right, this
I had a quick point. Yeah, another thing they said. I'm not gonna say what camp, but you should probably know what camp it is.
I'm sure I know.
Yeah, they said we're not a part of the elect because what we did.
All right, well, I'm glad I got a laugh in tonight, right? This Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 1, right? It reads, "Thou shalt not." Now we're not part of the elect, right? This is Deuteronomy. Lord willing, Lord willing. Right? All of the brothers that are sincere in this truth, Lord willing, we part of that number. We dare make not ourselves for that number, right? That's written, but hopefully the Most High has mercy on us, right? And the Lord calls us, and Lord willing, we are chosen, just like everybody watching this, right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 17 and 1, and we mean that, right? It reads, "Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock." Actually, I'm going to jump down to verse 2. "If there be among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, and transgressing his covenant, and hath gone and served other gods, and worshipped them, either sun or moon, or any of the hosts of heaven, which I have not commanded." So if there's an account of somebody going off and serving other gods and dealing with these other nations, right? Here's verse 4. Here's the important part. "And it be told thee, and thou hast heard it, and inquired diligently. And behold, it be true, and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought in Israel." So what does it say when you hear something? If somebody tells you something, can you just go off of that? It says in Deuteronomy 17 and 4, "And it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently. And inquired diligently. It's called an inquisition. Brothers have to learn how to inquire diligently concerning matters. That's not just checking out one source. That's not just talking to one brother. You may have to talk to 3 people, because out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall the matter be established. Right? You have to dig up, you have to research, you have to investigate. You have to look at the footage, you have to check it, you have to watch it, you have to study, you have to analyze. Right? A true detective is not just going to arrest anybody if they, that just fits, that looks like the guy, that fits the profile. They don't arrest all of the guys in a lineup. They got a lineup of 7 guys, and they just arrest them all and throw the books at them all. But they figure that thing out, man. They study your hair follicles. They put it through the little damn nasty test tube. They shake it up. They look at the fingerprints. They go in there with that big blue light. They're looking for fluids and freakism and madness. They tape it off so nobody can interfere. They sit there and they meditate on it. And these detectives don't get no sleep at night, man. A lot of them have PTSD. They have trauma. They can't really retire because these cases still are on their mind even after they're solved. Some of them, they come out of retirement to crack a cold case because they have to investigate. And they do that in the world for wickedness, man. Right? How much more should a brother do in righteousness when it's a matter of life and death? Because charges that are laid on brothers are charges of rebellion, which is witchcraft, which is a sin unto death. How many brothers have inquired diligently concerning the matter and executed judgment as a king? Or how many brothers have got just emotional, saw a clip, right? Saw a tweet, saw a post, and ran with it, huh? Right? That's what effeminate men do, right? But brothers got it.
I got a point. This is Matthew chapter 23. This is Matthew 23 and 27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of deed, men's bones, and of uncleanness. And the Lord called them hypocrites. I mean, you don't want to have wrong judgment placed on you. Like the brother said, you want to examine everything, examine the matter wisely. You get pulled over and you fit the description, get out the car. You're going to have a problem, right? But you cast that same type of judgment on brothers, not diligently searching out the matter, man. Your own people, man. You should at least say, okay, hold on. Well, let's see what's going on there. Our brothers, even though we teach different things, they kind of, let's really see what's going on first before we just lay some judgment. You don't do that. It's unrighteous. And at the end of the day, you want to protect something here. You're ruining it. Like the brother said, you're ruining it for all of us. All right, let me go to John chapter. I thought y'all hated here. Right, this is John chapter 11 and verse 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we, for this man doeth many miracles? The Israelites, the watchmen, they're always in the news about something. They're always been in the news about preaching the words of God. Right? And it says, if we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and our nation. Right? And they were afraid that the so-called white man was going to take away the things that they had and affect the things for everybody else, man. Certain brothers may have gotten a promotion, may just got married, right? May just got elevated in a rank in a certain position, and they hate that certain brothers do certain things so that can get them taken away of, man. Not understanding this is the will of the Lord, but if you really examine the matter, you would understand that. Right, I'm gonna get one more precept. This is Matthew chapter 26. Yeah, I'm gonna get Matthew chapter 26 and verse 59. Now the chief priests and the elders and all the council sought false witness against Yahushua to put him to death, but found none. Yea, though many false witnesses came, yet found they none. At the last came 2 false witnesses. So it's not even the fact of the matter is y'all don't know what's going on. You're looking and searching to slander brothers, man. You're looking and searching to find a narrative to put on certain brothers, right? Just because, like you say, we may not believe what you believe in, or whatever the case may be. But that's all rooted out of being emotional, right? And that's not being a man or a king or a priest of the Most High, man. All right, but brothers got it.
Khan, that's a mighty point. Right, I want to get the book of Deuteronomy chapter 19, and I'm going to start at verse number 17. It says, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days. So when you go about it according to the law, you can't just go about it emotion. You can't condemn the just and then just kill them, huh? Right? That's off. Right? You have to go about it according to the law. It says, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition, like the brother was going into. The judges have to check all of the statements, the facts, the witnesses. They have to check everything that's going on to make a diligent inquisition. Right? Esau, right now, if you go to his court system, he'll wrap you up with one witness. He'll have a whole jury of false witnesses. He'll look at camera from one angle and will neglect to look at the other angles and the 13 other positions that there were in the store and the other witnesses. And he'll wrap it up just to overthrow you, man. Right? We're not moving like this wicked society. We're a nation of kings and priests, and we got to move like it. These laws ain't just in the ancient world, and now that we're living in the times that we're living in now, we're just looking forward. Right? Our nation is built off these laws and these commandments. We have to move like it. It says this. It says, make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness and have testified falsely against his brother. And then they found that this man was going off, right? And a lot of people had evil intentions, whether they hate a brother for, understand his popularity, right? How carnal that may be. They may hate a brother's wisdom, hate a brother how he can teach, how his camp is growing. They may hate a brother for God knows what reasons, for envy, jealousy, hatred. Right? They may hate a brother because they want to be like that brother or like that camp or like this elder or that elder, whatever the case may be. It says, then shall ye do unto them as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So that judgment is going to be thrown on you. So if you liken somebody to condemn somebody for murder, being locked up, overthrown, right, whatever the case may be, put to death, that judgment that you laid has to be thrown upon you. It says, then shall ye have done unto them as he had thought to do unto his brother, so shalt thou put away the evil from among you. So the Lord said, man, that's evil, because you can't have a congregation full of wicked witchcraft, wicked murmuring, hatred. We got to be building each other up, man, in the last days. If you're not building up your brother, you're literally doing the opposite. And the Lord has no need for men like that in his truth. Right, let me get this quick precept. Right, this is the book, right, of Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord. So if you justify the wicked, and that's okay if brothers hate, you understand, because they hated Jeremiah, they hated Ezekiel, they hated Amos, they hated Yahushua. The real men of the Lord, they're going to be on the highways and byways. They're going to be the most hated. They're going to be the most talked about. They're going to be the most ridiculed. They're going to be the ones that people are going to try to kill, destroy, defame, manipulate. So these things happen to our fathers. So we're moving in the spirit of our fathers. For people that don't read, don't have the understanding of a prophet's life, the persecutions, the false accusations laid upon them, they wouldn't understand this life. This life isn't a life of renownness and you got some type of damn cape on and you just blowing in the wind and everybody's getting edified. It's a life of persecution, a life of being locked up, a life of being hated, your family departing from you. So if you could really understand what our fathers have been through, the things that they dealt with, that's moving in the same spirit. The Lord's putting that spirit back on the earth. We're going to be public enemies to the state, and not just to Palestine, not just to Amalek, not just to these different nations, but the whole world, right? It says, let me read that last part. It says, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination unto the Lord. So the Lord hates all abominations. That's Isaiah, right? Chapter 44. It's like Jeremiah. So the Lord said, plain upon tables, like if you're justifying wickedness and condemning the just, the Lord looks at you as an abomination. Brothers got it.
God, and I'm gonna pull this up, right? For brothers that don't know, if you're not in the loop about what's going on, right? I'm gonna share the screen, and brothers should be able to see. Right. So this is our brothers able to see this? Black Israelites. Yeah, I don't see Watching for Israel. Right? I don't see WFI Chicago. It says black Israelites, man. That is a byword put on all Israel, right? Put on all of the Israelites that serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? And nowhere have we ever called ourselves black Israelites, right? We've never called any other congregation of black Hebrew Israelites. We don't call ourselves black Israelites, and we are the Israelites, man. Right? I mean, saying black, makes it seem as if there's a whole color scheme of Israelites, man. Right? Pro-Palestine marches clash in Chicago. Right? So this is on, what is this? The Messenger News, End Time Headlines, right? Which is another source that goes into the, of course, the end of the world and prophecy. This is on the post-millennial Black Hebrew Israelites brawl in the streets with anti-Israel activists during Chicago protest. So, this wasn't a small matter. How do you say? This was not a small matter. And this was something that was started, and I'm gonna let the brothers talk about it, and they, get the brothers the floor and the platform. But I want to put this out there first and foremost. When we go out there to teach, right, we go out there to seal the hopeful or seal the elect. That's our entire mission, to go out there in the highways and byways. The Lord said in Proverbs chapter 11 and 30 about let me get this. He that winneth souls is wise. Let me get this real quick precept. Right, that is our sole purpose. Brothers don't go out there looking for action, man. Looking to get down. Brothers aren't at home with that damn Chinese pole where they hit the pole like this and all of that, man. They don't tie up in a damn black belt and do karate all day, or see how hard they can hit their staff, or go and hit that punching bag and see how much the damn score go up, man. We aren't looking for that. We're out there to seal the elect. Right? This Proverbs chapter 11 and 30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. So our sole job out there is to win souls, is to cast down the lies and the strongholds of our people. Even in that when you watch the video, the brother is in the middle of teaching somebody, giving them edification, and then we'll show the footage how they come and storm, and you see them spit on us and assault us in the footage. So we're literally out there to win souls through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We're not out there to fight. We're not out there to, to be seen. We're not out there for that, man. We can give a damn about that, man. We got 12,000 of each tribe that we have to seal, and it's not just us. It's a lot of brothers out there in various congregations that are sincere, looking to get the hell out of here, man. Looking and hasting until the coming of the day of the Most High, where the heavens being on fire and the elements melted with fervent heat, man. Looking for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Right? So I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I did want to put this out there. And this even this is Al Kahira News. That is for you Palestinians, man. Now, this is almost 500,000 views. So over more than 500,000 Palestinians watched what went down. Right, this is the footage. We're gonna play the footage and go through it. But over 500,000 Palestinians is going down. Right now, I was kind of going through the comment board, and so you can't see the translation on here. I think on your when you look at it, I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone. But when you look at these, what they actually said, this is some wicked stuff, man. Right? These are some wickedness that they're saying. And I'm gonna pull it up on my so-called or my phone, right? You can't, usually they let you do the translation in the English, right? I thought I'd be able to show it, but I'm gonna show it, man. So, there's a lot of wickedness. These brothers got death threats, right? So there's a lot going on. I'm gonna actually pull this up, right? Brothers, bear with me. I'm gonna just pull this up real quick through the spirit so I can kind of read. I'm gonna just read 3 comments, right? I'm gonna read 3 of these comments from what was actually posted, and this what these Ishmaelites think about you, man. They're not just saying WFI, right? They're not looking at it like that. So this says, translate into English. Right, here's their top comments, right? Oh God, grant victory to our brothers in Palestine. Here's another one. Right, here's the hold on. Let me go to Salakia. Bear with me. Hold on. All right, this says here's one of the comments 6 hours ago. There are no people. Hold on. Let me go to the Salakia. Bear with me. Right, this 6 hours ago. These are slaves who are despised even by blacks themselves. They like to show themselves because they suffer from an inferiority complex. Right? Here's another one. Black people laugh at themselves. When did you see a black Jew? Ha 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 ha. By God, the Zionists are laughing at the world. I swear I can hardly stop laughing. Black Jew. Ha ha. Here's another one. 8 hours ago. In fact, they were supposed to remain slaves forever. Here's another one. 8 hours ago. These are the newest comments. This is how these Ishmaelites think about you, right? Black slaves forgot the history of slavery and forgot that they were free and not slaves at the hand of Islam and Muslims, agents. How can they be from the children of Israel when they are Africans? It's strange, right? So these Ishmaelites, African Israelis, disgusting, right? So they're laughing at you, man, right? They're laughing at you, and they said you were always made to be a slave. Are Jews black? Ha 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 ha, right? Africans, they forgot their ancestors were slaves. So this is how these nations think about you, man. My brother's got it. I just want to read that.
I had a precept through the Spirit, and that's what the nations are gonna do, man. And these nations, they don't know what's going on. All right, they don't even know what's going on themselves. Why this thing is happening in their land, and they're not doing anything. They just they're the ones that want to be seen. All right, and they know exactly who they are. And Ishmael will find you out. We don't know how, but guess what? They will find you out. They're scammers, man. A lot of those men, they're scammers. That's how they come over to America. They get a lot of money. They start scamming. So they know how to use the internet very, very well. Nevertheless, these nations, man, they want to be seen, chiefly by the men of the Lord, and they know exactly who you are through the Spirit, and they do not like you. These nations, they hate you, man. Just because they don't show it, they might be friendly at your job. Guess what? Eventually, their true colors is gonna come out. It's only a matter of time. I want to bring out the classic in Sirach, chapter 12. All right, let's go to Sirach, chapter 12. And verse number 10. It's Sirach, chapter 12 and 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And is that not just talking about Esau, the so-called white man? You have other nations that's your enemies. Read 1 Samuel chapter 14 and 47 on down, where King Saul fought against all his enemies, Moab, Ammon, Esau, Ishmael, right? Psalms chapter 83 and 1 on down. Like the brother said, we're going to go into it, find out the real story, and what really went down. You got it.
Con, we got a precept real quick. This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 8 and verse 17. Because at the end of the day, that's literally how they think about you. That's their mindset towards you. And they even laugh at us because our own people that's supposed to be with us, they're against us. Right? In the 2 Maccabees, chapter 8 and verse 17. And to set before their eyes the injury and that they had unjustly done to the holy place and the cruel handling of the city, whereof they made a mockery. Right? So they make a mockery of us, man. They make a mockery of the temple that we trying to build spiritually, man. Right? Y'all really think this gonna get done? Y'all really trying to seal the hopeful elect? Y'all gonna remain slaves forever, right? That's how they think of you, right? And it says, and also the taking away of the government of their forefathers, man. Right? The power that we have in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, they don't want us to have that. They want to take that away, right? It's just sad to see that, you know, other brothers, you know, and other sisters, you know, can't see that as well, man. Right? On how these nations really feel about you. All right, brothers got it.
And a quick question for you brothers, man. You Tazama, Zabaya, Allah. How many instances, right? Because the law say 2 or 3 witnesses, have these Ishmaelites came up and provoked y'all?
From the last 2 years, or just in the last,
from the time where we violated the Quran.
Well, Tasman, you can kind of speak more about that because I was away. But when I was there, I'll say a good 3-4 times right after that incident kind of died down. All right, and then in between that time, Tasman, you can kind of speak on that. How long, you know, they've been up there trying to do that. I know in the last 3 weeks, the last 4 weeks, they came every single time. Anytime they had a protest, they were there.
Yeah, I would say around 5 times, but it's been times like we'd just have camp and an Ishmaelite will ride past and be like, you know, we're gonna get you. It's been a time they came to camp and I must have been in the bathroom and the same guy, it's an old Quran, it's the old video, the same guy, and he's actually an entertainer with millions of views. Nevertheless, he came by and he was so-called looking for me. And as you can see in the video that, you know, the brothers finna pull up, it's a bigger guy. Brothers know who I'm talking about. He pointed me out and he still remembered. So it's been like it's been small times in between, but it'll die down and then they'll kind of come back up.
Right. And I want to show this first. Like I was saying, this is can brothers see this?
Come.
Now these are what the brothers was receiving prior to the event even happening. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Come.
I mean, October 22nd. Here's the first one. Right? Y'all gonna get smoked. The brother put Exodus. Who's this? Use it by Allah.
Come.
Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. He said, y'all, this is October 22nd. Y'all gonna get smoked. That's why you have to investigate the matter. You got to look into what they were plotting to do that day. That was a planned attack. And we're going to go through the footage and show you exactly what went down, man. Oh, y'all went out there, and a lot of people follow the narrative. And you get jammed up, and you let Esau steal your heart, like Absalom stole the heart to the simple. It says they went in their simplicity, and they knew not anything. In 2 Samuel, the 15th chapter. And those men followed Absalom in that conspiracy, man. They got overthrown, and the kingdom was restored to David. October 22nd, this is what, 6 days, almost a week prior to that happening, they came out and they put it out there on the forefront, said, y'all gonna get smoked. Now, I know where I'm from. When they say you're gonna get smoked, that don't mean you coming to hit somebody with a staff. That don't mean you coming to throw hands. When somebody say they're going to smoke you, I don't have to put 2 and 2 together for you, man. And guess what those brothers did after they got these threats? They went out to camp. How many brothers got smoked out at camp? 0. How many heathen was out there? Like 10,000 when you look it up. How many got put to flight? About 10,000. How many brothers was out there? No more than 25. Who got smoked? If you're an Ishmaelite, come on the comment board and you tell me who got smoked out there. Because the Lord is with his servants. There'll be more that's with us than them that be with them, paraphrasing. And we say that confidently. There are angels around the servants of the Lord, man. It's not just them watching for Israel. Those are you brothers that are sincerely out there doing the work. Don't you know the Most High said that the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them? Don't you know when they came up, the Lord put the spirit on even, the Chicago Police Department to protect those brothers? The Lord did that. He made his enemies even to be at peace with him. He made his enemies defend his servants from his enemies. Right? So this is one. Y'all gonna get smoked October 22nd. Another one, October 22nd, same day. Your mom said, you know what? I said that in your face. Remember me. And this guy, he's like one of the main guys, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He one of the main ones, and the Lord is going to chop his damn head off, man.
Yeah.
How about Shemiah was shot?
Swiftly.
Right?
Yes.
Oh,
So
go ahead, King.
Yeah, that you're gonna see in the video. That's the one that he one of the first ones that ran across the street.
Yeah, he spit and ran across the street.
You see that? You got to examine the matter. Your moms and you know what? I said that in your face. Remember me. Did this brother retaliate and say, no, your moms and you know what? Did he get carnal and say, pull up on me? Did he say, y'all know where I be at? See me at camp? No, he didn't. He didn't even reply to this damn heathen, man. Because the brother already said the Lord shall fight for you and you shall hold your peace. Another one. Y'all some you know what? Not going to repeat it. October 14th, damn near 2 weeks prior to the incident, they were still getting threats and being provoked. Prior to the incident. $12:41. When is this? This was today? Yesterday?
Con.
F you and F Israel. Don't worry, niggers. Hamas will get you soon. MF. Did y'all brothers make these profiles and then message yourself like a creep? No. These brothers didn't go out and make a name, Muhammad Salami. Right? 79, man. You know, and made 34 posts. And this is today. F you and F Israel. Don't worry, niggers. And that's a witness that links up to the comment board that we showed when they were saying y'all are blacks, y'all are slaves, we're going to get you, we're going to kill you, we're going to smoke you. They say, haha, check you, boss, head all blood. And this guy, this the video, if I'm not mistaken.
Con.
Or is this one? One of these the videos.
I think, yeah. Let me see.
This one. Let's see if I can play this.
And that was one of the brothers in our camp got sent that personally.
Oh, he got sent that. Okay.
In our Milwaukee camp.
All right, it's not gonna let me play it, but you know, and then the brother got more threats. I know Tazama, you sent me some too. Can you bring those out, King Baba Kasha?
Yes.
So Israel can see the provoking that was going on. Death threats 2 weeks prior from multiple witnesses that they was gonna come out there and start something with the watchmen. Right, you got it, King. Just so you can bring that up.
This from this was on Instagram. Somebody, I don't know if y'all can see it.
No, I can't really see it. I mean, you can read it, King, if you want.
Yeah, this was 96 weeks ago. This is when the whole thing happened. Says, boy, you better watch your back next time you preaching your BS, cause N-word, when I catch you lacking, I'm gonna put a hole in your lungs, and that young bull of yours, he gonna die too.
Can you read that again, Baba Kashan?
It says, boy, from Isaac Kedin, boy, you better watch your back, because next time you preaching your BS, because N-word, when I catch you lacking, I'm gonna put a hole in your lungs, and that young bull of yours, he gonna die too.
When was that?
This was 96 weeks ago.
96 weeks ago. That's more than a year ago. 52 weeks in a year, right? Almost 2 years ago. Plotting and planning. We're going to get you when we see you. We're going to kill you. We're going to shoot you. We're going to chop your head off. It's going to be all blood. They've been planning this for damn near a year and some change. So this is not a matter where brothers was out there and he said, oh, wow, let's go charge. Let's go attack charge. Get them. First of all, we don't move like that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmir Rashad, because it's written to let all things be done decently and in order. It says, stir not up nor awake my love till he please. It says, avenge not yourself, but rather get placed into wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Wait not on the Lord. So like it says, wait on the Lord, man. Paraphrasing. Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee. And many other places it's written, wait on the Lord. Read Psalms 27, wait on the Lord. Read Isaiah, wait on the Lord. Zephaniah, wait on the Lord. Proverbs, wait on the Lord. Luke 19:21, and your patience possess your souls. Revelation 14:12, here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Hebrews, the 6th chapter, the 10th chapter, you have need of patience. Romans 2:6 on down, by patient, continual, and well-doing. We're not just pulling the precepts, we're showing you that these brothers lived those precepts. Because even when those threats were out there, those brothers still went out there and taught the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua for over 2 years after they got the threats, knowing that their lives could be potentially lost out there, and they still held it down. And we got more proof and more witnesses that this was a planned attack from these Ishmaelites. Right, but brothers got it. Because I got death threats. I remember that. And I got to dig deep. I got to find them. I wasn't in Chicago, and I got death threats. Right? So once I found them, my brothers got it. I got to do some digging.
I got one more. This is the last one. It says, this was today. This is what they're saying next, what's going to happen next week. It says, if you're sick of these scumbags, I urge you to follow suit this weekend here in Chicago. We will be taken to the streets this weekend disguised as Black Lives Matter. Fill syringes with hot doses of heroin or any other toxins you can't find. Many are available at Menards. And go into the crowd with them. Wait for the scumbags to start their mayhem so they're less likely to feel it. And then poke and push. If you want to see scum hit the ground this weekend, keep your eye on Chicago. Hashtag BLMDM. And that's off. Disguised as Black Lives Matter. And push when they least expect it. Like we're not going to be on our P's and Q's, man. The Lord said, Paul said in Acts chapter 20 and 32, 31 on down, by the space of 3 years, I have not failed to watch. Do you think we're not going to be watching out there, man? Hey, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the good and the evil.
Hey, one more. Can you read that one more time, King Bob Gashaw, in case somebody missed that? This is what they allegedly plan on doing, because Ezra sent me that too in Atlanta, and I think somebody else sent it to me. They put that post out there saying what they think they're going to do. Right. This upcoming week, and we're going to be in Chicago. Right. We going up there, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Right. But you mind reading that one more time, Bob Gashaw, King?
From Tatiana Deschrever. If you're sick of these scumbags, I urge you to follow suit this weekend. Here in Chicago, we will be talking to the streets. We will be taking to the streets this weekend, disguised as Black Lives Matter. Fill syringes with hot doses of heroin or any other toxins you can find. Many are available at Menards, and go into the crowd with them. Wait for the scumbags to start their mayhem so they're less likely to feel it. And then poke and push. If you want to see scum hit the ground this weekend, keep your eye on Chicago.
Right, that's whoa. All right, let me get this quick precept, King. You was finished reading that?
Nah, that's it on that.
Yeah, so they're trying to kill us. Right, brothers are getting death threats. You know, they're saying all type of wicked words. They're throwing curses on us. They're trying to jab us and inject us with all type of damn drugs and wicked liquids to destroy us and kill us. Right, let me get this quick precept. It's the book of Luke, chapter 20 and verse 20, because they did the same thing to our Lord. Right, they disguised themselves, right, and they may push this like Black Lives Matters and all of these different things to stir up the people. We're living in the times of the uprises and uproars, nation against nation. It's literally going to be a race war on the rise. If brothers aren't watching and seeing how the stage is being set, the stage is already set, man. You got it in Palestinian news, right? You got it on all of these big newscasters, right? It's trending on Twitter, right? It's all in our community, These things are brewing up. Now, if a Palestinian catch you, or Amalek catch you, or these different nations catch you with your fringes on, right? They catch you with a shofar in your hand. They catch you with a Bible in your hand. What do you think they're going to do to you? Right? You may not even be with the camp. You may be a brother by himself on fire for the Lord. Right? They may try to beat you, jump you. We're going to be living in the times and days to come where we're hated of all men is going to actually be when we set foot outside. They may follow you home. They may look you up and say, okay, well, I know his government name. I know where he works. I know what he does for a living. Let's make his damn life a living hell. Let's overthrow him. Let's find out where his kids are in daycare, what school they go to. But these nations, you can't put a cap on their wickedness. Their wickedness isn't just putting pork and shrimp in our foods, right? And us eating defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, right? And us calling us nigger in the chat, man. It's way deeper than that, right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 20 and verse 20. And they watched him. So before somebody makes war, the Lord even tell you, man, they watch. And kings, they make diligent inquisition before they go up. If they could take down a man with 10,000 or 20,000. The first plot of taking down anybody is to watch. Send out spies to see the matter, to see how strong they are, what their weak points are. And they knew when they went to war to us that we had what? We had mountains. We had valleys. We had different strongholds. They knew how to barricade us in. When somebody strategically wants to take down a whole nation, they're going to do it in order. So how they try to get the Lord, just like they did Adam. Did it just come to with Adam and throw a rock at Adam? And then they hit Adam and he got overthrown? Then they had a council against Adam. And these nations are having a council against us. That's why it's coming to pass the way it is, to defame us. These brothers they did nothing worth the judgment that Israel and these other nations are laying against them, man. Those brothers stood tall for the Most High, man. Right? And they did it right with might and strength. How they supposed to do, man? But they're still going to be cast, right, as the bad guys. It says, and they watched him and sent forth spies, which should affirm themselves just men. You're going to have people that may be walking on out there with fringes on. Hey, the government may send somebody out there with fringes on. I mean, you never know what's really going to happen. I mean, we're going to be living in the days where you really can't trust anybody but your brethren. You had a quick point, King?
Con, yeah, I mean, just to say that, I mean, we got people that saying, you know, hitting up the channel that all want to come out, right? I heard y'all in Chicago. I'm all the way here. You know, I've been Israelite. I'm going to come out and support y'all brothers. We don't know who that is. We don't know who that could be, right? Let me get to Psalms chapter 36, because what they want to do is stir up the people. They want another fight just so they can kind of do what they want.
So, Salaki, King, before you get that, let me finish this precept.
Con.
Like the brother said, and just to put this out here, we don't carry guns. We don't do any of those things. We're not out there armed. We don't have machetes and knives and all type of shotguns in the car. We don't move in a carnal matter. And a lot of brothers try to throw that upon us as if we're out there looking for war. Well, we're out there to defend the brethren, man, and the Most High. It says, spies which affirm themselves just men, that they may take hold of his words, so that they might deliver him unto the power of the authority of the governor, man. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to take these bits, these chops, these pieces of us saying the Lord is going to kill you, right? I mean, the Lord is going to fight for us. We're going to stand with our brethren. The things we're saying, they're going to chop it up, right? This may be on mainstream news and media in the next 2 months, 2 weeks. These men, have you seen them? Then it's all mug shots, all pictures of brother, man. They profile pictures. They chopping it up. The things that we have said, not hearing the whole conclusion of the matter, not under the saying it's not us speaking, but it's the Most High speaking. Right? Let me get one last precept and you got it, King. Right? What did the Most High command his people to do? For all you brothers that are saying that, well, they should have went, they should have left, right? They should have did this, they should have did that. Let's see what the Most High said we should have done when brothers are in a time and in situations that they're in. Let me go to the book of Joshua. This Joshua chapter 1 and verse 14, right? It says, your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land, which Moses gave you on this side Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them. It didn't say run. It didn't say hide. It didn't say stay in your respected cities. It didn't say just be strong and valiant on the keyboard. And it say read all day with so much faith, but have no works to justify the things that you believe in. The Lord said, all the mighty men of valor and help them. What are you supposed to do with your brother when they're in distress, when they go to war, when they're getting beat, when they're getting jumped, when they're getting overthrown? You cannot watch them. You're supposed to help them. And the Lord said, I'm not going to get the precept exactly, but if you sit there and watch your brother get beat and get jumped, the Lord is going to require that at your hands. It's in Proverbs. So you can't sit there while your nation is being destroyed right before your eyes and not help your brother, not pray for your brother, not be there for your brother, not go pull up with your brother, but scoff as if you're the enemy, as if you're the wicked, as if you're the heathen. You might as well put on a damn Amalek flag, man. You might as well grab a flag like Palestine and go stand with the heathen. You got to really ask yourself, who are you standing with? You either standing with the Most High and His chosen people, or are you against? You with the opposition. The brother's bad.
Con, I got
I got one after you.
Con, this Psalm chapter 36, and I'm gonna start at verse 4. Right? See, to say that, to say, oh yeah, wait till the mayhem starts and then we're gonna do what we gotta do. I mean, they're planning to come out there and do something, man. They're planning on coming out and provoking brothers, right? Just to show people, look, they coming towards us, man, right? But you're still gonna have people say, oh no, like you say, they should have went home. Why are y'all provoking them? Or y'all reading that Bible just a little bit too loud. Let them have their protests. Y'all out there all the time. Y'all shouldn't have been out there that weekend, right? They're provoking us, man, right? And they're trying to stir up different things, right? So they can execute their plan, man. That's witchcraft, right? This Psalms chapter 36 and verse 4. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil, man. Right? Coming up with different plots and schemes on how to destroy the men of the Lord. Coming up with different things on how to take us down as a nation, man. Right? Just as it's nothing new. We read the accounts. We know the precepts. Right? This is the same thing from the days before, man. Right? And this is the book of Exodus, chapter 2. And I'll start at verse number 11. And it says, and it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren. Right? So he's seen a heathen smiting one of his brothers. Right? And it says, and he looked this way and that way, and we saw that there was no man. He slew the Egyptian and hit him in the sand. Right? And Moses didn't go up to his Hebrew brother and say, hey, what are you doing, man? Right? Well, you should have let him just hit you. No, Moses automatically stood on his brother's side. He didn't ask no questions. It was action now, and then we're gonna figure out what's going on later. That's what was Moses' mindset. And let's see what this brother did, right? Verse 13. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to them that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou the fellow? And he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me as thou killed the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known. And that's the attitude his brothers had towards him for defending them. We go out there and we defend our people every single week. But then you're still going to have on the comment boards, you're still going to have people saying, no, I'm not with them, right? I'm black and I support Palestine. I'm Mexican and I'm not with them. I don't care if they're not with me. They don't represent, right? You're going to do to me like you did, like you fought them. You're going to fight me the same way. That's the same spirit, man. Right? And Moses had to deal with that. So these things are not new. Right? Brothers got it.
Yeah, done a quick point. Salaki, not to cut you off, but you got brothers, we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite organization. Well, that's what you say. Now, how far is that going to carry you? What profit is that? What profit do you gain out of that, man? And the day of judgment and in the day of Jacob's trouble. Is Esau going to pull your video up in the beginning of your video and say, hold on, these guys ain't like these guys. They're not affiliated. Let's take these guys and give these guys a buffet of lamb. And no. Right? Well, I don't associate with camps. It don't matter, man. If you're in this, the Lord said in Revelation 12 and 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah. So if you're keeping the commandments, you got the testimony of Yahweh Shah, the spirit of prophecy, then you are going to be a belligerent in this war that is coming between Esau and his servants. Right? But you got it, King. Salah.
That's facts. Here's a precept. This is Acts chapter 16. Can brothers hear me?
Con.
This is Acts chapter 16, verse 20. And brought them to the magistrates, saying, these men being Jews, right? Same thing today. They're not going to care what camp, what colors you wear. If they see fringes, shofar, in a Bible, they're going to associate you as being a Jew. So again, even in the ancient world, and brought them to the magistrates, saying, these men being Jews do exceedingly trouble our city, and teach customs which are not lawful for us to receive, neither to observe, being Romans. There's absolutely nothing new under the sun. I want to harp on that, right? The same spirit that our brothers are moving in today, or the worldly men, 2/3, they move in a spirit of hate, lasciviousness, anger, jealousy, etc. They're moving in the same spirit as the heathen, which is nothing but rage. This is Acts chapter 17, verse 5. And it reads this. Well, let me finish reading. Verse 22. And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates rent off their clothes and commanded to beat them. So they got threatened for the name of the Lord. But they ate it. Who cares? Because it's all for the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because when you come to this truth, regardless of what camp, what association, what doctrine, whatever the case may be, I mean, still, if you're seen wearing fringes, shofar, a Bible, and you openly call yourself a Jew, I mean, you're in it with us. You're in it. You're in it for the long haul. It says in Acts chapter 17, verse 5, for the Jews which believed not, moved with envy, took unto themselves, it's like it took unto them certain lewd fellows of baser sort. And it's the same spirit today, right? They're moving in a baser sort, even the heathen, talking about getting syringes with strange liquids. That's witchcraft. Lewd fellows of baser sort, and gathered a company, and set all the city on an uproar, and assaulted the house of Jason, and sought to bring them out to the people. And so they persecuted them. You can't just read these scriptures to say, well, that was back then. It's going to be a little bit different now. There's nothing new under the sun. I want to bring out one more in 2 Maccabees 10 and 28. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 10, verse 28. Now the sun being newly risen, they joined both together, the one part having together with their virtue, their refuge also unto the Lord, for a pledge of their success and victory. The other side making their rage leader of their battle, right? And in the past few weeks, the brothers in Chicago, they definitely made the Lord the leader of their battle, right? They showed great virtue, and it was in unity, which was beautiful. And they're fighting these people that's making rage the leader of the battle, literally. They're literally just filled up with rage. With that, I yield.
Con. And can brothers hear me?
Con.
Okay, Con. Shalom, Amos.
Shalom, Kings.
Now what you're looking at, it should be on the screen. Okay, Con. This is what went down. Now the brothers actually had a drone out there, man. The brothers got an aerial drone. They record the camp footage. They use it for feast days, etc. Now we're gonna kind of go through this and show you what actually happened, because you know what Esau like to do. They like to take clips here and there and chop it up and edit and mix and mash and do all types of madness with it, man. Do all types of madness with it. Now this is the footage the brothers put out, right? Palestinian, this on the WFI Chicago. Subscribe to the WFI Chicago page. The brothers are out there mighty. Palestinian protesters coming to surround Hebrew Israelites of Royal Rumble, right? 38,000 views, right? So it's getting out there. So we're going to kind of play this, and if brothers got a precept or a point, let me know. I'll pause it and kind of go from there. This is going to kind of show you what happened. The brothers did a beautiful job putting this together to show you from the beginning of this day what happened. And we already showed you. We already showed you from 2 or 3 witnesses that they were already threatening these brothers and plotting to come out there and kill these men, the servants of the Lord. We're going to shoot you, put a hole in you. You're going to be a bloody head. They already planned that. These Ishmaelites already planned that they was going to come out there. And these brothers teach out there. They've been teaching out there, right? For years. So let's kind of play this.
So I roll the dice. Look up to no one else but your house shot. Yeah, I got real power.
Can brothers hear it?
God.
Is it too loud?
No, it's smooth.
Okay, come.
Hebrew Israelite.
It's in the first about 2 minutes or so. So we're gonna kind of go through it, fast forward a little bit.
Read about the judgment of these nations.
And Sabaya, Allah, Tazima, y'all were there. Y'all, if y'all want to pause it, talk about however y'all want to do it. I'm just press and play.
What's coming to the table?
Bring it out.
What you got?
This is the book of Amos, chapter 1.
And you can see, hold on, just to make a point, the brothers are out there teaching. I came out there to teach. I don't know what's going on with this brother, but I'm sure y'all, the brothers was teaching this brother. Going over the scriptures with him.
Verse number 6. Bring it out. Thus saith the Lord. What the Lord say? Thus saith the Lord. Read it again. Thus saith the Lord. For the transgressions of Gaza, and for I will.
Now that's the drone, right? The brother got. So that's the drone footage. That's our footage through the spirit that the brother got before the incident happened to capture I believe it was like 8,000, however many thousand Ishmaelites and heathen that was out there.
And also,
go ahead, King.
That's on the other side of the street, Michigan Avenue. That's on the whole opposite intersection. They didn't even cross over into our intersection yet. So those Palestinians that came, they crossed the street and then crossed the street again. They broke off from this. This wasn't on our side of the street. It's not like they were protesting and we kind of just, we just kind of collided with them. They purposely broke off from that side, right? You kind of see some of them, and they came across the street going out their way while we're teaching this brother.
You see that? That's a beautiful point. So if you didn't hear that, this is on a whole other side, and they came and to attack and try to live out empty threats.
Turn away the punishment thereof.
No, the Lord's going to look the other way to the Palestinians.
I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
The Lord forgot about the Sub-Saharan slave trade.
I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
The Lord forgot about Muhammad killing the Jews with the sword.
And one more point, I saw brothers, they weren't in the truth, but I seen people on there saying, "Oh, I thought y'all was with the Palestinians." No, we're not with the Palestinians. We're not for these so-called Jews, the Israelis. We're not for the Palestinians. We're for Yahweh, Bashmi Abashah. We're for the Most High. We're for the truth. Right? It's not okay. We're out there. We helping them out because no, man.
So
I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
The Lord's not turning away the punishment of these fake Palestinians, man. Of these Ishmaelites, man. The Most High is coming back for them as well, man. For what they have done to the children of Israel.
Because they carried away captive the whole captivity. Because they carried away the captive the whole captivity.
They carried away captive the whole captivity. They're not innocent, man. They what you think? Oh man, they're innocent. Play for us. Right? They're treating us just like you were brothers.
And the brother Yair Salaki said that's Gabar. That's the mighty brother Gabar that was out there with his life on the line with the drone out there.
Y'all wasn't brothers when y'all was oppressing our people, telling us get the hell out the gas station, man. Right? Y'all wasn't brothers then, man. Right? But guess what? Now the Lord sees what's going on. Go to Amos chapter 9 and verse 10. Look what you got.
To deliver them up to Edom, but I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza.
The Lord is sending fire on the wall of Gaza right now. Fire is coming down upon them, man. You know?
We shall devour the palaces thereof.
We shall do what?
We shall devour the palaces thereof. And I will cut off the inhabitant from Epstein.
The Most High is going to cut off the Palestinians. In the Bible, the Most High is cutting off Gaza in the Bible. But everybody wants to say, no, pray for the Palestinians, pray for the Ukrainians, pray for these Israelis. We're not praying for none of y'all, man. Pray for the black man. Pray for the Hispanic man. Hey, can one of y'all brothers, is there space? Y'all got space in the car? You gonna hop out? All right, Con, can one of y'all brothers, Aharon, can you shut the brother with the park?
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Take a flight.
Right.
Amos chapter 9 and verse 10. All the sinners of my people. What do I say?
Salaki, bear with us. I don't want
things. Blood smoke. But hold on. The Lord said he's raising up the palaces of raising up the line of David thereof, man. He's raising up our people in these last days. Read on. It reads, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it. And I will what? And I will build it. As in the days of old. That day may possess the remnant of Edom. And the Lord said we're going to possess the remnant of these other nations, man. Especially the Ishmaelites. Go to Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 8. Right, go to Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 8. Go to Psalm chapter 96 and verse 7. I mean, they're waiting.
The brothers are out there in order. Right? You got brothers holding posts. You got brothers keeping watch. You got brothers reading. Ain't nobody run up on these Ishmaelites. Did nobody go out there and start something?
I was going to say something too. While we're, like I said, teaching, you can hear them actually coming from crossing the midsection of the street. You're going to start seeing officers just start running towards us and kind of making a barricade around us because they know what they're trying to do. You're going to start seeing officers kind of just start running up, kind of holding posts there and all around as well, because they know we're about to get provoked by them, not the other way around. They're going to try to do all types of things to us, as the officers in CPD has seen aforetime in recent weeks. So I just want to kind of make that point out of there again. Yeah.
They're waving these flags. They're praying to a false god, man. But I pray they keep getting destroyed over in the Middle East, man. It's book of Isaiah chapter 44, verse number 8.
And I want to say this too, Salak. You might have a brother say, but why don't you just read Deuteronomy 28? Why don't you just read Revelation 1 to 14 when you're out there? Right? Just read Leviticus 11 and 7 on down. Well, we have to go into the prophecy. The brothers going into the prophecies. Right? The Lord said in 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 1. Right? Let me get this quick precept real quick. Right, y'all started that because y'all was talking about what's going on out there in the so-called Middle East. What are we not supposed to talk about it? Act like it's not happening? Are we not supposed to go into the prophecies? This real quick, 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And that's what the brother's doing. He's speaking in the ears of a fellow Israelite the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. That's plain. That's plain upon tables. It's not the scriptures is not just Deuteronomy 28, Revelation 1 and 14. The Lord told Jeremiah he will be a prophet unto the nations as well. The Lord told Ezekiel, set your face against Mount Seir. The Lord has Ezekiel had a prophecy against the Philistines, man. Let me get this quick precept. Right, Salaki. This Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse, I'm gonna start at 17, I believe. Right? I'm gonna start at 15. Ezekiel 25 and 15. Thus said the Lord God, because the Philistines and your modern day Philistines are your Palestinians, right? Because the Philistines have dealt by revenge and have taken vengeance with a despiteful heart to destroy it for the old hatred. So a lot of brothers forget about the old hatred that the Philistines, these Ishmaelites, have towards Israel. Huh? There's an old hatred, right? It reads, therefore, thus said the Lord God, behold, I will stretch out mine hand upon the Philistines, and I will cut off the cherethims and destroy the remnant of the seacoast. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. So there's an old hatred rooted in this entire deal right here, man, that they have towards Israel because they're not the sons of the promise. You got to remember, you have to have a biblical mind when you're looking at it. It's not just Palestinians marching; these are Ishmaelites. We're the Israelites, man. The Lord said in Galatians 4 that they still persecute the sons of the promise, paraphrasing. You know?
Kind of, I was gonna say one.
Go ahead.
We've been out there for almost an hour at this point. Before they even were out there, you see, we gave the brother the flyer. That's when we kind of started getting into some prophecy. We already broke it down, so we already been out there for almost an hour.
Okay.
But just kind of make that point.
Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time that I have declared it? Ye are my like ye are even my witnesses. Right. Is there a God beside me? What the Lord say? Is there a God beside me? Read it again. Is there a God beside me? It is Allah. Is there a God beside me? It is Buddha. Is there a God beside me? Is there a God beside me? Is there a God beside Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Yeah. There is no God. What the Lord say? Yes, there is no God. There are multiple gods. Yes, there is no God. There is no God besides Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
All right, now you can see this. I don't know if y'all brothers want to talk about it.
God. Yeah, you're gonna see them like again, like the brother said, they on the other cross of the street. The police did that on purpose because they know last time, they tried to attack us. So they purposely put them on the other side of the street. But these Ishmaelites, all right, these Palestinians, they decided to come on this side and run towards us. And when you play the video, as you play the video, you're gonna see that one of the guys that was in there, that main guy that was verified on Instagram, right, the big fat one, right, brothers know who he is,
right,
the chubby one,
right,
Floppy built.
Yeah, he as he walked, this is how it all started. But I knew that same day something was gonna happen. I just didn't know when. He walked up and he seen me holding post, and he been already, commented on my Instagram talking about, we're gonna get you. You know how brothers hold up their fist in the picture, mighty hands. He said, why didn't you do that last time? Because he actually spit on another brother last week, but he hid behind the police when he did it. So as he came up, brothers holding post, brothers teaching, he pointed me out and he said something, and he decided to spit. Now I couldn't tell if the spit hit on me or not. I don't think it did because it was nothing on me. But the moment he spit, that's when there was go time, and you're gonna see him run across the street, and the footage is gonna speak for itself.
And let me say this. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. That's a coward move.
Yeah.
Right. I'll use that word. There's a lot of other things that we could say, but like I said, we're gonna be temperate about it. Your brothers know what we not gonna say, right? That's a coward move, man. If you don't threaten brothers about doing God knows what to them in the most violent, vile manner, and then see brothers and then spit, it is assault.
Yeah,
that's assault. And even in this man's system, man, that's like assault and battery and all types of stuff. Right? That's like a projectile with a weapon and all of that. Right? So somebody spit on you, and when you deal with us as a people, spitting on somebody, I'm not talking about a nigger in the world. Even in the ancient world, when you spit on a Jew, an Israelite, there's no greater form of violating and disrespect than spitting on an Israelite. I'm talking biblical ancient mind. There's nothing worse than that. So this man went and spit. Hey, our forefathers would have killed these heathen, man, if they spit on them. What if they spit on Moses, Peter? What if a heathen spit on Paul, spit on David? What do you think they would do, man? They spit on Yahweh Shai. If a heathen spit on Nehemiah, right? Spit on Joshua, spit on Judas Maccabee, Simon, Jonathan, Eleazar, Phineas, Samson, Gideon. What do you think they would do? You think any of those men are going to sit there? Any men that I named is going to sit there and have a heathen spit on them and not do nothing about it? Be assaulted. Name one of our forefathers is going to let a heathen spit on them. An Ishmaelite. And take it. And then turn the other cheek and say, spit on this one too. Right? So I'm going to rewind it a little bit.
There is no God besides Jehovah Shem Yahshua. Don't worry about them. They're not going to do anything.
Okay, hold on, Salakia. I want to go back a little bit one more time. Right? And let me get this precept real quick. Right? This this Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 16. Right? Proverbs. Actually, I want 18 and bear with me. Lock you. Let me get this. Oh, it's like 18 and 6. It reads, a fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes. I'm going to read that again. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth, meaning that's really talking about what you say. So if what you say call for an ass whooping, that's what it means to call for strokes. Certain people say stuff, and I mean, you just put it out, you just get your ass beat. I just got to put it out there. You know, that's the only way I can say it. So if words could lead to an ass whooping, and that's an Israelite that is talking about, how much more a heathen that spit on you? You cowards break down Proverbs 18 and 6. And well, y'all were supposed to sit there and let these heathen do that to you. Now I'm gonna read this. I know you got a precept. I'm gonna read it in another light, right? This is Proverbs 18 and 6, right? This the NLT. Fools' words get them into constant quarrels. They are asking for a beating, right? They are asking for a beating. This is Berean Standard Bible. A fool's lips bring him strife, and his mouth invites a beating. Right? New King James. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calls for blows. Right? It's not spiritual blows. Brothers got it.
Khan, that's right, man. Right? And it's only so much somebody can take. We're not going to sit up here and be a punching bag, a doormat. Right? We're not sitting up here to just get whooped and beat on while we teach the word. That would be a hypocrite. You're teaching how strong you are, how powerful you are, how strong our people are, or how the Most High is going to fight for you, the Most High's wonders, the Most High's works, the army of Israel, and then come out there and get beat on, come out there and get slapped on, stomped on, whooped on, spit on, yanked around, and we just sit there upon the ground and do nothing. That would be foolish, man. You got to use wisdom too. Wisdom isn't always just going into the precepts, right? And just knowing how to break down Daniel, right? You got to use wisdom in everyday life. Wisdom shall tell you certain things that you should do at certain moments. You got to use wisdom in doing it. It's Job chapter 30, and these are the things that our forefathers have done, right? This is Job chapter 30, and I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, and now am I their song? Yeah, I am their byword. And then they call us nigga, idiot, fool, right? All of these different things they're throwing upon us as we're teaching the word. We're just their byword, their laugh, right? It says, they abhorred me. They flee far from me and spare not to spit in my face. So even Job spoke about that. That men would be a byword, right? They'll just throw bywords upon you. They'll yell at you. They'll scoff at you, right? They'll get on you. And they will not spare to spit in your face, man. And like the brother was going into, that's a very, very disrespectful thing to do, right? I mean, that's off if somebody spit in your face. That's one of the worst things you could do to somebody is spit on them, right? I'm going to get another precept, right? This is the book of Proverbs. Now, if brothers didn't defend the nation in themselves, that would be foolish. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 11. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn into death, meaning if you hold back if somebody's about to die. Now, one of those brothers could have got beaten, God forbid, right? Didn't happen through the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But say a brother say, you know what? Let's just withhold ourselves. Let's not do anything. Let's just sit around. While one of these Ishmaelites grabbed up one of our brothers and started beating him. He could have beat him unconscious. He could have stabbed him. He could have hit an artery. Right? There's no telling what they could have done. He could have kidnapped one of the mighty brothers, man. It says, if thou sayest, so like if thou forbear to draw them that are drawn into death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doeth not he ponder the heart, consider it? Man, you can't say, well, I didn't know what was going on. I'm sorry. Have a fleeing spirit, a scared spirit, a frantic spirit, a timid spirit. The Most High is not with that type of spirit. It says, and he that keepeth thy soul, doeth he not know it? And shall he not render to every man according to his works? The Lord said, you will have a judgment if you don't help your brother. You will literally have a judgment weighed in a balance for you not protecting your brother in times of war. Well, let me get one more. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, and verse 29. Right? Just to land me back on the other brother's precept. Right? It says, judgments are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the backs of fools. So the Lord said, judgments are prepared for scorners. So if you're scorning at men and rebuking men and coming at men and charging at men and doing all of these wicked, abominable things, right? The Lord said it really calls for stripes for the backs of fools. Meaning it's only a matter of time before that judgment is going to be laid upon you by all that you're pushing forth to do. You cannot expect the mighty brothers of Israel to stand there and get attacked and do nothing about it. Right? I mean, we're men of war, and that's just not in word, but that's in deed. Brothers got it.
Con. I want to bring out this precept real quick. I want all Israel to know that as we rally up the troops to come out there, we're not looking to incite a riot. I'm not sure if brother said that already. I kind of missed that part.
Right.
But we're not out. Go ahead, Nakwan.
No, go ahead.
We're not out there to incite a riot, to get our lick back. We're out there to stand boldly for the Lord and to be arm to arm and bands with our brother, right? Whatever our brothers go through, that's what we're going to go through. I got this precept right here, Sirach chapter 39 and verse 23. As he have turned the waters into saltiness, so shall the heathen inherit his wrath. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. So the ways of the Lord are plain unto those who keep in the law, statutes, and commandments, the faith, the things that are pleasing in the sight. And these Ishmaelites, they're laying more heaps of hot coal upon their head by putting their hands on the service of the Lord, by thinking they can touch one of the Lord's anointed and get away with it. Right? Because it's in the law. Deuteronomy 28. If you be fearful, excuse my French, take your ass home. It's too late to be scared. It's too late to be fearful in these last days, man. We already passed that time. Once you found out the truth and you signed that contract with your blood to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua, your life was already on the line. Your life was already given unto the Lord. It's too late to be scared. Let me bring that out. Deuteronomy 20 and verse 8. And it reads, and the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return into his house. Let his brother's heart faint, least his brother's heart faint as his heart. Right? So when you at war, it ain't no time to be scared. Ain't no time to be second guessing what's gonna happen. Right? It's the term, it's fight or flight. And like the brother Ryan was saying, it's judgment for not helping your brother. It's judgment for watching an Israelite get his ass whooped and you just sit there. And we don't want that blood upon our hands. So that's why we're going out there. That's why we're watching this video, to see how these people provoke the service of the Lord. And if any camps on here are watching, to be mindful as well. Because if it's happening to us, best believe it's going to start happening more and more and more and more. And everybody's going to have to be prepared. Brothers got it.
I got two quick precepts to add to that. This Ecclesiasticus chapter 22 and 25. I will not be ashamed to defend a friend, neither will I hide myself from him. And if any evil happen unto me by him, everyone that heareth it will beware of him. So the Most High said, I will not be ashamed to defend a friend, huh? Right? The brother put the precept early in John 15 and 12 on down. Greater love hath no man than this, than that a man laid down his life for his friends. You can't be ashamed to defend your brother. That's not always, oh, I got that precept for you. Right? Sometimes you got to defend your brother on a physical level, man. If these brothers are in a jam or something happening to them, God forbid, we're going to be the first ones there, Lord willing, man. Right? We're going to be the first ones there to defend our brethren. And that's what all these brothers exhibited that day, and they showed the highest form of brotherly love, man. I mean, there was no greater love than this, right? This is yes, love is keeping the commandments, okay, or you grow your beard out, okay, you keep the Sabbath, okay, you got your fringes on. That doesn't top what was displayed that Shabbat between these brothers. That is the highest form of love, and that is the love that every brother should want to obtain. When you're in the midst of adversity, and when you're in the midst of your life being potentially taken from you, are you going to die for, or be willing to die for your brethren? So it's easy to say what could have been done and what should have been done and what you would have did if you was out there and what brothers are supposed to do. But when you're in that moment and your brethren is being assaulted and being attacked, are you going to live the scripture? Right? Let me get this. This Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 8 concerning these Ishmaelites, right? Go not forth hastily to strive, lest thou know not what to do in the end thereof, when thy neighbor hath put thee to shame. So these Ishmaelites, they was on the other side of the street. Right? As Allah said, they was on the whole other side. And Esau, the police, CPD, Chicago Police Department, designed their march route to avoid any type of conflict and altercation with the brothers that are out there. Yet, in their pride, they violated the code that they set up in a route and jumped the line and intentionally marched down the same sidewalk where the brothers are teaching and went hastily to strive and then got put to shame. That's all I have. And we got the footage too.
I got a quick point
to
add into that. Like the brother said, that's how you know that this day was very spiritual. There's so many spiritual things that happen, to the 25 putting thousands to flight, to how the way the Most High set this thing up, and that's prideful. But guess what? The Lord had that set up for a reason, right? A real quick precept is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 23. But the Lord thy God shall deliver them unto thee, and shall destroy them with a mighty destruction until they be destroyed. And he shall deliver their kings into thy hand, and thou shalt destroy their name for under heaven. Like I was talking to the other brother after it happened, what's the odds of the same guy that was hitting me up through the weeks, talking, and a spirit almost came up on me because I wanted to respond. But you said, I know I'm not going to respond. The Lord going to deal with it. What's the odds of the same man coming up, pointing me out, and guess what? From there, the Most High delivered that man into certain brothers' hands. That's all I'm going to say. All right? The Most High God delivered that brother up into certain man's hands. And that's the true definition of the Lord delivering. The Lord will literally give your enemies to say here and put the spirit on them to lose. But that's karma, man. That's judgment. That's all I want to say.
Kind of got a precept real quick. This, Leviticus 26 and verse 7. Like the brother said, yeah, you're going to see a lot of spiritual things, man. Literally. Right? And let me read verse 7. It says, and you shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. You're going to see somebody, you're going to see it in the video. I'm going to point it out. You're going to see somebody fall in the midst of that. You're going to see that same brother that Tazim I was talking about be the first one to flee into the middle of the street. And it says, verse 8, and 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. Right? They came towards it, and now they're getting pushed back down the street. right? You're gonna see these things, man. And if you're spiritual, you're gonna see how the Most High had this play out, right? Brothers got it.
Come. So let's go through this. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit and then play it.
Is there a God beside me? Is there a God beside Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? Yeah, there is no God. But the Lord say, yeah, there is no God. There are multiple gods. Yeah, there is no God. There is no God besides Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
And real quick, I want to say these brothers was being assaulted the previous week, and then brothers from Detroit took that drive out there. Brothers from Milwaukee, brothers from Indianapolis, I believe brothers from Minneapolis. Brothers rallied all around and a very short notice to go out there that day to be their brother's keeper, right? And that's what it's about, man. Like you gotta live this thing, right? That's making your body a living sacrifice. They could have said, I ain't going out there. It's too much. Hey, man, y'all in Chicago, you know, it's the big city. Y'all teaching them on Michigan Avenue. It's too many people out there, right? It's way too much. We don't even, you know, we don't want to do that. Brothers went out there and held it down. Now you're watching the Ishmaelites walk up. This is a small sect of heathen that are walking up the street, walking in the space of the brothers. And correct me if I'm wrong, they're supposed to be on a whole other side, right? The masses are on the completely other side of the street. Am I right or wrong, Kings? Yeah, so they went off, they went to do their own thing. They going against the grain, and you can see if you looking up or you see the police on the bikes, they coming because they see, oh, they violated the route. So they came with their own agenda. After we showed you all of the threats and death threats they said they was going to do. And if you look carefully, I saw the guy, I could see the guy, wish I had like a highlighter, and you can see the guy spit on a brother. I don't know
you can do it in slow motion too.
Oh, you can do slow motion? I don't know how to do that. Like this?
Yeah.
Playback speed.
What, half?
0.75.
0.75. All right, you see that? All right. So you can see it.
Don't worry about them. They're not going to do anything. Allah's not protecting them.
Right.
Now,
they want to fight us, but they don't want to be.
Now you see the police. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. You see the police.
Don't worry about them. They're not going to do anything. Allah's not protecting them.
The Most High put the spirit on the police. Now Esau hates Israel. Last time I checked. But why is the Chicago Police Department making a battle formation to protect the servants of the Lord? Why is that happening? How come they didn't join up with the Palestinians to destroy the Israelites? How come they didn't arm and shoot? How could the chief enemy of all enemies be in a formation to protect the children of Israel? The people that the Most High hates, the number one enemy to be extinct. What would compel the Chicago Police Department, one of the most wicked police departments in Babylon the Great, along with LAPD, NYPD, DPD, all these cities, to be in a formation to protect the brothers? Well, that was of the Lord, man. The brothers got it.
Quick point. I'm sure brothers brought it up. I'm reading it out one more time. Got a point attached to this precept. It says, the Lord, in Jeremiah 15:11, the Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily, I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil, in the time of affliction. And the same thing, I don't know if brothers remember, the exact same thing happened a few years ago in Ohio, where the Ohio police kind of just came up and kind of just hold posts in a straight line. And one police officer kind of came up and said, hey, stop it. These men have permits to do this. We didn't have no permits. But the Most High put in that police officer's spirit to say these things. They put their hands on their guns. He said, step back. These men have permits. They're doing the right thing. A few years ago as well, same thing happened in Detroit. When was it Freaktown?
Yep.
Police came up. They said, hey, leave these men be. And I still got the officer, the captain. That's the captain. Rodney. Yep, the chief centurion.
Right.
Rodney, I think his name is Rodney Cox. He said, hey, if anybody messes with y'all, take my car and call me. No one should ever mess with y'all again. So we see it, Jeremiah 15:11 happening in real time. I mean, the same thing happened in Chicago. I mean, I'm not sure if somebody y'all had mentioned it yet, but I mean, hey, the Most High is doing this thing. It's not a coincidence that this is happening over and over and over. It's not. I mean, the Lord said he said it clearly in Exodus 14:14. Brothers, did brothers bring that out? Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. I mean, it's saying in 1 Maccabees 3:21, we will fight. It's like but we fight for our lives and our laws. And so when the Most High see these men of the Lord fighting for him and standing up for him, like it says in Psalm 94, of course the Most High is going to protect us by any means. For all we know, next time the Most High could send a wild she-bear. I wouldn't be surprised. He could send a pack of dogs to bite and tear up these Palestinians.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
The Most High might put in the police officer's spirit to just kind of get a fresh new police officer too, real kind of shaky, kind of pull out his gun and just start shooting them all up. I wouldn't be surprised. On his first day too, and he's justified.
Let me back on what Yardan said. You know, the Israelite classic, Proverbs 16:7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Right? Like the brother said, this happened countless times. Down in Greektown, that was a wild night. They shut us down. The captain came and said, you know what, y'all ain't violating no laws, no rules. Take my card. Y'all can be out here as long as y'all want. Happened in Baltimore, happened in every single camp where the Lord put it in the enemy spirit to be on our side. That's Baruch 6:7. And it reads, for my angel is with you, and I myself caring for your souls. So the Lord is caring for your souls when you're moving in the right spirit, when you're doing things that please him. Right? All else can feel like it's about to crumble in your face. But what does the Lord do? He parts the sea for you. He makes things happen that you could never guess in your wildest dreams. Who would have thought that Esau would come and park in front of the servants of the Lord with a large multitude coming to attack them? Who would have ever thought that on a Shabbat, waking up in the morning, like, man, the Edomites going to post up in front of us. We're going to be good. Nobody thinks stuff like that. But when you're walking in the spirit, when you're avoiding, you know, the lust and the frustration and the weird stuff in this world, chiefly during this time, this is probably one of the most wicked times of the year. So-called Halloween. All the spirits being conjured up. You got to deal with that. And you still walking in your integrity. Right? You're not doing things behind closed doors, and you're doing what the Lord commanded you to do. Best believe, if you have faith, that the Lord is going to fight for you. And we see this countless times. That's why faith come by hearing, man. You don't read these accounts in the Bible and just be like, well, it won't happen to me. No, you read this over and over and over and over, and it builds your faith up to know that when all else fails, the Lord and the angels are right there on your side.
Con. And I want to get a quick precept. This Psalms chapter 125 and verse 3. It reads, for the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. Right? So the Most High said that the rod of the wicked is Esau and his weapons, his departments, his army, his police force, his navy, his National Guard, SWAT team, etc. That is the rod of the wicked. The Lord said in Psalms 125 and 3, for the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands into iniquity. So if brothers was putting their hands to iniquity, if brothers was out there in the wrong spirit, if brothers was out there to do God knows what, and they came out there saying, we're going to hold camp and we're going to run across and we're going to fight them and we're going to, vex them and put them to flight. Let's get ourselves a name. If that was the spirit brothers was in, then surely if you have discernment, things would not have played out the way they played out. Right? The Most High could have had anything happen. Right? To men, look what happened to Jonathan and Azarias, who tried to get a name for themselves in 1 Maccabees, the 5th chapter. They caused their fellow brothers to be killed and they got put to flight. Look what happened to the priests. Look what happened to men that try to make a name for themselves and do things in vainglory. It don't turn out too good for those men. Right? And seldom do you see the enemy of all enemies go in battle formation to protect his chief enemy, man. That's of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Come. And let me bring out this last precept. We know we about to play the video through the Spirit. Right, this is the book of Acts, chapter 5, and verse. I'm gonna start at 36. And like the brothers are saying, if these brothers were in a malicious spirit, those brothers would have got overthrown by the Most High. Because the Most High is the one manipulating the stage, moving everybody through the Spirit. The Most High had the enemy protecting Israel. The Most High had the brothers safe. The Most High put the Spirit on the mighty brothers to put the heathen to flight. The Most High put the Spirit on the heathen, right, to flee 7 different ways. I mean, how isn't this in order from the Most High? What precept can brothers charge against what transpired by the predestination of the Most High to charge these brothers with iniquity in any type of level? Because like brothers are going through, we could diligently open the scriptures and see at any point in all the accounts from the Old Testament to the New Testament, and these things are written for our learning's sake. If these men were out of order, the Most High would have overthrown everything. This Acts chapter 5 and 36. For before these days rose up Thaddeus, boasting himself to be somebody. And a lot of brothers in this truth, they may fame themselves to be the strongest Israelite, the strongest camp, the 144,000. We have the 100% truth. A lot of brothers moving at that spirit as if they're untouchable. And it's not the spirit of the Most High. It's puffly veined up after that fleshly imagination. It says, boasting himself to be somebody, of whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves. So these men joined themselves to a man that was puffed up in pride, arrogancy, leading people down the rabbit hole of destruction. It wasn't led under Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It wasn't after the charge of the Most High. Whenever David went to war, he didn't go to war at his own will. He inquired before the Most High to go up, if he may take down his enemies. And the brothers move in the same like manner. We don't do anything unless it's of the Most High. It's of counsel. It's in order. It's of the precepts. It says, about 400 joined themselves, who were slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. So if you were joining yourselves to men that wasn't moving in the spirit of the Lord, and the Lord said they would have got scattered to naught. And these were 400 men. They were ready to fight. They were ready to die. They were ready to risk their lives. I mean, just because you're ready to risk your life or fight doesn't mean it's under the order of the Most High. Right. And the Lord said, why do the heathen rage? You got all of these other heathens in these nations raging and ready to die, but it's not the ordinance and the spirit of the Most High. You understand? So when we play this clip, it should be no confusion moving forward on these brothers and what they have done through the receipts of what the Ishmaelites have threatened these brothers on, through the precepts, through 2 or 3 witnesses, and through the footages that brothers are bringing out. But you got it, King.
Come on. So let's play this. Let's see. Let's get down to the bottom of it.
There are multiple gods.
Yeah, there is no God.
There is no God besides Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Don't worry about them. They're not going to do anything. Allah's not protecting them.
Right.
They want to fight us, but they don't want to pick up a gun.
Right.
They want to fight us, but they don't want to pick up a gun.
You can see the police coming up, right? And again, like Ariah said, this was after countless death threats. We're going to come out there. We're going to kill you. We're going to shoot you, put a hole in you, give you a bloody head. So this, yeah, we're going to smoke you, your mama this, and you that, and you that. right? They making pages on Clubhouse. They putting posts out there. The brother Tazima went into it and said, next time you see him, get a syringe, inject it with heroin or inject it with any type of chemical. You see him, pretend you Black Lives Matter, go out there, jab him up and just push, right? So they plotting and planning. Like the beautiful precept, why do the heathen rage? And the people imagine a vain thing, the brother went into. Now, hold on, did I miss the part when he spit?
No, it's gonna replay.
All right. What happened? Well, you said what, King?
Belly like a snake.
Oh, you see him right here. I don't know if brothers can see this guy with the black hoodie. I think that's him. That's the man right there. If you see, can y'all see the cursor, the mouse? So this guy right here, look at this guy carefully. Look at all of the brothers in order and watch this man with the black hoodie. Right? So we have to watch this. We have to check this footage out, man. So I'm gonna rewind it a little bit. All right, so watch this guy. He gonna lift this hoodie up and spit on the brother. This guy right here. Hold on, let me go back. They won't let me. Salakia. Brother saw that? Y'all able to see it? Ariah Amos?
Yes, I seen it. It sounded like he cocked back and then went forward.
Yeah, he cocked back and went forward. And he spit on
that joint from deep down.
Right. So we're gonna play it again so everybody can see. Now, this is before the charge, before brothers, defended themselves, man. Just briefly. What if he spit on him and the brother just let him spit on his lip? Then he spit on him again. Now the brother just got spit. Everybody just getting spat on him and just sitting up there. That's foolish. Next thing you know, if you let him spit on you, now he's slapping you. Now he just trotting you underfoot, right? And you saying, use wisdom, Ak. Use wisdom. They got their foot on your neck. Use wisdom. Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. And they just trampling you underfoot. Be at peace with all men. You're pulling the wrong precepts, man. Love thy neighbor. Don't eat no pork. Your judgment is all that. You said what?
No discernment.
No discernment. Keep the Sabbath day holy. You're thinking about Daniel 9, the 70 weeks. You're talking about Revelation and the 7 heads and the 10 horns.
Be fruitful and multiply.
Right.
You said what?
I said you just going into being fruitful and multiplying.
Off.
Yeah, your mind is bad, man. You gotta have a spirit and tell you in 1 Corinthians 2:15 on down that we have the mind of Hamashiach, man. You have to have the mind of the Lord. So I'm gonna go back and you're gonna watch this Ishmaelite spit. And that's where it started.
Go back down here first. Yeah, go back down here first.
And it was of the Lord that the brother came out there with the drone. Because no other footage captures this. There's not one footage that I've seen that captures the Ishmaelite spitting on Jake. There's not one website, not one narrative, not one video, not one clip. That's why you got to see the whole matter. I could be wrong. This is the only clip that shows this that's out there. Every other clip starts with the brothers defending themselves. Right? So it was of the Lord, Yahweh Bashmiyah, for the brother Gabar to go out there with his drone to actually record from a spiritual view what's going on, as if the Lord is looking down. So let's play this.
Keep on acting like you blind. Already nigga fine. Drop him on his belly like a snake. And watch how he swim. Put him on the floor like white t-shirts. I heat up his arm. Take your G-Park, get up off that breather. Pick him like a needle. White man got you lost in all his theories. Big bang like Vegeta. I still drink the milk that's.
So he did that and he ran. Like I said, I'm gonna use the word coward. There's other words we could use. But you don't tell it. First of all, you don't open your mouth against Israel. Second of all, you don't say I'm gonna smoke you, kill you, shoot you, do this to you, but then hide and creep behind 4 men, then spit and then run. I don't even know where he is in this.
You might have to back up some.
Yeah.
I'm sure I got to back up.
And then your replay, you're gonna see him run across the street.
Okay, so that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
You see that? That is him. Right? Look at this. Got him in slow-mo.
Hey, Ishmael is not an intimidating nation.
Right.
They're the least intimidating nation than any nation next to Elon. I'm not shaking in my boots when I see Ishmael. I'm not seeing it. They all got beer bellies. You know, whether they drink beer or not. They all got bald head. They all jammed up. They think, I'm not getting scared.
that's why they gotta blow themselves up.
Yeah, they gotta kamikaze themselves. Because they know they can't. They're not sealed with the sword. They don't use guns. They just spit. Just spit. That's weak. That's like a camel. Camels just spit.
Right.
Who do you think they got it from?
Yeah, they got, like the brother said, that's why they gotta blow themselves up, man. What type of man just blows himself up for a rock? Straps dynamite to himself and just blows himself up, man. The Israelites, we're not blowing ourselves up. And they can eat pork. I mean, we're going to the Quran where they can eat pork. They can do all types of stuff, man. They don't have a real God. So we're going to play this again. Right? Salakia.
Keep on acting like you blind. Already nigga fine. Drop him on his belly like a snake. And watch how he swim. Put him on the floor like that.
Now, I believe that's the brother Mike. Hey, the brother Mike, through the spirit, put him to flight right there, man. Right? From Milwaukee. See, the brother Mike said, "You're not about to spit on my brother." And you see the Ishmaelite right here ducking and cowering. Kind of see what's going on.
Beforehand, you had Mike taking off his jacket. He already knew what was going on. He peeped the scene.
Yep.
He was the first one to take his jacket off.
Yep. You're right. That was early on. That's called watching. Right? It's called being a watchman. Look at him. So you're going to watch your brother Mike. The brother Mike is the head of the camp of Milwaukee. Right? So WFI Milwaukee. The brothers came down to defend their brethren.
His belly like a snake. And watch how he swim. Put him on the
See that?
floor like white t-shirts. I heat up his arm. Take your G-Park, get up off that breather. Pick him like a needle. White man got you lost in all his theories. Big bang like Vegeta. I still drink the milk that's in his.
See that? See the brother Tazima out there? That's right. Right? You see that? Brothers in the front line. Right? Brothers on the front line. And you can see the tumult going on, man. You see the tumult going on. Right? That's setting the example. Right? That's setting the example. These brothers that head to the camps out there. You see Zabiah Allah out there. You see Mike out there. Tazima out there. Tazma, that's your staff?
Nah, that was another brother staff.
Okay, kind of see that.
So like you and in a lot of the videos, it show y'all ear out there getting into work, man.
Con,
A lot of them joints had them on there.
Con, I think that's him right here. Is that him? I could be wrong. Maybe not.
Nah, that's not him.
All right. Then you got a brother running. You got brothers running up there. Right? So you got brothers holding it down, man. You got another brother from another camp that's an anointed house of saints. He could have said, hey, look, y'all brothers, look. Hey, but you got brothers out there to defend their brethren. Look at these Ishmaelites over here. Look at them. Look at these four over here.
Hiding on a flag.
Hiding. Look at this guy in the back. They don't want. Look at this.
Right, shoulder rub, hip rub.
Damn, rugby formation.
Hip rub.
They don't want no action. They was following the wrong guy. They followed the Ishmaelite. You don't want to run across a brother like this, man. Look at the brother Mike. You can't deal with no brother like that. You got a brother with a staff in his hand in the forefront. You got brothers charging. And look at Ishmael. All right. I thought they were supposed to be some type of go hard, man. Blow themselves up and, do all types of wild stuff. We'll go back to this. This is the worst thing I've ever seen right here. I mean, this guy's tucked in, man. All right. Let's go play this clip. See that?
A little there, a little. I act like a teacher, like the days of Noah came to rain. But the truth of flood, keep that steak up on that grill and more fish, me no eat no blood. You so shedding blood by your man, your blood gon' be shed. He ain't believe the prophets when he spoke. Now that nigga dead, recompenses on all of these nations.
I see some Ishmaelites on the floor.
That's the one I was telling them about, Leviticus 26. They're gonna fall.
They're gonna fall. I see them on the floor. You got so-called police department coming up trying to break it up. I think that's Yair in the middle right there. But these Ishmaelites, they.
Prices on the head, feeling like I'm shooting laser tag with these infrareds. If you playing ballin', I ask questions straight from what I read. If you playing ballin', I ask you heard what I said.
Look at this brother.
Salak, it looked like they beat Ishmael beat him out his shoes, man.
Where the shoes at? Oh, right there?
In the middle of the street. Beat Ishmael out his sneaks, man.
You see that? And got his staff in his hand. Right? Got him with his own staff.
Look at the dude with the white turban on, man. He getting out of there, man, like he saw a ghost.
Oh, yeah, he getting out of there.
That's a 4-5. 4-5, 40-yard dash he hitting.
Yep.
He like this guys look like he's there. You don't know what happened. You see something on Twitter, he just came. He got smacked with the damn flag, man.
Yeah, that's that guy that was hiding, tucking. Right, so brothers out there, brothers are out there defending their brethren, as they should. The scriptures say in Psalms chapter 144 and 1 on down, blessed be the Lord my God, my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. Right, so that's also written. So these scriptures are there for a reason. The Lord has taught us to defend ourselves, man. David taught the men of Judah to use the bow. We're supposed to be fit for battle as well. Not just let heathen just violate us, man. So let's go back to this. See that? And like Amos said, we're not out there. Oh, damn. We're not out there for that. But if we get there and we got to defend ourselves, then we got to defend ourselves. So
and watch how he swam. Put him on the floor like white t-shirts. I heat up this take your Jeep, get up off that breather, pick them like a leader. White man got you lost in all these theories, big bang like Vegeta. As the drink the myth that's in his word, boy, I'm still a teeth.
Now I heard, I could be wrong, King. I heard they was throwing M80s and fireworks and all types of stuff.
Yeah, Ishmael is a wild man. I don't even know how they had fireworks.
They not. They don't even classify them as fireworks. They banned in all 50 states. I don't even know how they got in the country. That's an expensive device.
Yeah, they're making them at home.
Yep. Some basement.
Yep.
With a bunch of shoes. And they throwing explosives at the brothers, man. What are you gonna let brothers just throw explosives at you and just sit there and get blown up? You know, and get all jammed up.
I go here a little, there a little. I act like a teacher, like the days of Noah came to rain. With the chief of flood, keep that stick up on that grill and no push me, no eat no blood. We so shedding his blood by your man.
Go back a little.
Go back a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if you see that ambulance. Hey, Ishmael got knocked back by that ambulance next to the black car.
Okay, come right here.
Where? Yeah. If you play, you look at that black. Yeah.
Chief of flood, keep that stick up on that grill and no push me, no eat no blood. We so shedding his blood by your man. Your blood gon' be shed. He ain't believe the prophets when he spoke. Now that nigga dead. Recompenses on all of these nations, prices on their head. Feeling like I'm shooting laser tag with these infrareds. If we playing ballin', I ask questions straight from what I read. If you playing ballin', I ask you heard what I said.
Whacked them in the face with the flag, man.
Got him with their own flag, man.
Eating them with his own flag.
His own ensign.
Hey, Salaki, real fast. That reminded me of the account where he took the spear out of his own hand and killed him with it, man.
Okay. I was going to say that reminded me also the account when David took Goliath's sword and chopped off his own head, and Judas Maccabees took Apollonius' sword and fought with it all the days of his life, man. So hey, man, you can't get around that.
Hey, watching this is like when you they had that Montgomery brawl. Everybody was watching, like, damn, I wish I was there. I got this is Judges chapter 8 and verse 1. And the men of Ephraim said it to him, why hast thou served us thus that thou callest not when thou wentest to fight with the Midianites? They did chide with him sharply. It's like, dang, man, we could have been out there, man. But you know, it was all of the Lord to get you riled up, man. You know, and if it be of the Lord's will, we'll be out there this weekend to stand boldly with our brothers. But you know, this is a true testament of standing boldly for the words of the Lord. There's no cowards in Israel, no cowards allowed, man. We're not having that amongst any of the camps, chiefly WFI, because that's the camp we in. But no cowards, man. We're not dealing with no listening to men who cower talking about, oh, y'all carnal, y'all should have did this. You pretty much just a heathen with chocolate skin. We'll call it what it is. You a chocolate covered heathen.
Right.
We're not sugarcoating, man. I don't know if y'all called the camp out, but I mean, shit, I say it. Excuse my language. GMS. Those are the ones who always want to talk when something happens. Oh, y'all carnal, the Lord not dealing with y'all. No, the Lord has us in the forefront dealing with the people, man. We're not 30 feet under the ground talking to a subway. We deal with the people up front, man. You got it, Ryan.
That's right, King. That's right. Right, it's the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23. Right, I'm going to start at verse number 21. Right, going into the mighty brother. Hey, man, all praise to the Most High. Right, it says, and he slew an Egyptian, a godly man. It's like a goodly man. And the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but he went down to him with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear, man. And that's how Israel get down, man. He'll take your own weapon out of your own hand and kill you with it, man, in the ancient world. That's how they were getting down. So, I mean, it's not a surprise to see the mighty men of Israel take the weapons that they were trying to put them to fight with and then put them to fight with. They beating them with their own flag. Imagine that. They all came together. They went to that filthy Palestinian store, right? They ordered them online. However, they got all of them flags in abundance. They all marched up. They all felt like they were all proud and they were doing something. But they didn't even know when they came out there that they were going to get beat with their own devices. Right. They were going to get whooped and bled on by their own flags. And all of these men are running the flight. And it's a spirit of the Most High that he put the spirit on the so-called police to let them get whooped.
Right.
A lot of the times they would have got maced, right? They would have got beaten with clubs. They would have got tasered. It's so many things that could have transpired by the men of the Lord, but the Most High put it on the spirit, and the Lord could have blinded those men, so-called police officers. They could have been looking around trying to find out what's going on and really can't really see the matter because the Most High blinded them. The Most High blinded, right, our enemies when you read Maccabees. And we were putting them to flight by the hand of Judas Maccabeus and the holy angels. So, I mean, when we go to war, when we go to fight, it's in order of the Most High. We never get put to flight. My brothers got it.
God, I got two quick precepts. This is Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 20. So the merchants and sellers of all kind of ware lodged without Jerusalem once or twice, because the heathen had a conspiracy to try to get Israel to buy on the Sabbath. So they would post up outside of the city that they could sell wares and merchandise on the Shabbat. Here's what Nehemiah said. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came they no more on the Sabbath. So this was them trying to get Israel to sin and break the Sabbath. Nehemiah said, if I see you again, I'm laying hands on you. You think Nehemiah was bluffing? You think he was just talking? No, he said, if I see you again, I'm laying hands on you. That's Nehemiah. Now, when did the Lord come to Nehemiah and say, hold on, Nehemiah, you're getting carnal. Hold on, Nehemiah. When did the Lord come to Nehemiah by night? And the Lord came to Nehemiah by night. And the Lord said unto Nehemiah, behold, Nehemiah, thou hast been carnal this day, and for yet I will require this of thee. What shall thy judgment be? No, that never happened, man. See, brothers have to have discernment, right? Brothers have to have discernment when it comes to trying to charge a brother with being carnal or being not. This is spiritual. Even in 2 Maccabees, the 15th chapter, says they were praying to the Most High in their hearts and fighting with their hands. You know what brothers was what spirit the Most High put on brothers, man? Judas Maccabees and the men of the Lord, they was praying with the Most High in their hearts and with invocation and prayer, and they were fighting with their hands. Nehemiah said, I will lay hands on you. One more, Nehemiah chapter 13. A lot of brothers won't be able to hang around Nehemiah. Nehemiah, you're getting carnal. You're doing too much, right? That's what they would have charged him with. This is Nehemiah 13 and 28. Nehemiah 13 and 28. And one of the sons of Joiada, the son of Eliashib, the high priest, was son-in-law to Sanballat the Horonite. Therefore, I chased him from me. Why is Nehemiah chasing people, beating people, plucking out hair? Why is he doing? Why is he chasing men? Because Nehemiah had to do what he had to do to restore Israel, man. He had to defend his nation. He was chasing people. I mean, coming after people, man. Putting people to flight. Throwing stuff out. Yahushua flipped over tables. Whooped people with the whips, man. You know? Phineas. Mattathias. How many men the brother went into Moses? How many men can we name of our nation that had to do what they had to do? And when did the Lord get on Nehemiah? Why are you chasing people? Here's your first defense. The Lord came to Nehemiah by an angel. Okay, your first defense was you said you was going to you made them swear, right? You said you're going to pluck out their hair. Don't do that again, Nehemiah. All right, Nehemiah, you're going off again. You said you're going to lay hands on them. All right, Nehemiah, it's the third time I got to tell you, don't chase anybody. Right? So what did the Lord get on Elijah? For chopping off all of the, killing all of the false prophets of Baal. Right? What about Jehu when he said, y'all have served Baal little, I'm going to serve him a lot. And he had that plan and he overthrew all of Israel and killed them, that served Baal. What about Samuel when he hacked Agag into pieces? So our forefathers get down. Now you're going to charge all of those accounts for being carnal? Brothers got it.
Got a precept real quick. This Joshua chapter 10 and 24. And it came to pass when they brought out those kings unto Joshua. So they got done slaughtering, these different cities, right? Under these 5 kings, right? And it says they brought out these kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel and said unto the captains of the men of war, which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the neck of these kings. And they came near and put their feet upon the necks of them. Now they already won, man. Right? They didn't say, Joshua, you're doing too much. You just won. Why you're being covetous, Joshua? Why are you doing this? They didn't say that, man. Right? They put their feet on the necks of these kings. A lot of people couldn't roll with Joshua, man. Right? And it says, verse 25, and Joshua said unto them, fear not, nor be dismayed. Be strong and of a good courage, for thus shall the Lord do unto all your enemies against whom you fight. And that's the spirit the Most High is coming in when it comes to dealing with the heathen, man. And I think we tend to forget these are not our brothers. These are heathens. I mean, don't we understand how the Lord feels about these different heathens, man? These heathen nations. Let's bring out the shotgun precept. Yeah, you bring it out, but y'all don't really understand that Most High really thinks of them like that, man. And God forbid they touched his anointed, man. The Lord said, put your feet on the necks of these kings, man. All right, brothers got it.
God, I had a precept as well to add into that. Like the brothers going into this whole thing is spiritual. And now if you was actually out there, you would see that it was over 1,000 of them out there. 1,000. All right. And like the brothers going in, it was about what, 25, 26 of us.
God.
So when you read the accounts in the scriptures, especially the Maccabees, it's plenty of times that our forefathers was always outnumbered. All right, they say strength in numbers. Now they could have easily just rushed us, man, and just overthrew us. But guess what? Hey, this thing is the Lord's battle. Every battle, it was not so-and-so versus so-and-so. No, it's the Lord's battle. And whoever the Most High wants to win, hey, that's what's going to happen. But this first Maccabees chapter 3 and verse number 17, it says, who when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so a great multitude and so strong? Seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day. Now all praises to the Most High, brother didn't say that, right? Didn't think of that in his mind, right? The Palestinians come and they say, hold on, how shall we be able? They have flags, right? That's off. How shall we be able? Well, guess what? You're going to be destroyed, man, having that mindset. The Lord has an army. Then we don't forget that the Most High has an army. Yahweh Shai. It's not going to be weak men in this army. It's going to be men of war. War is about bloodshed, killing. Now, if you're too soft for that, well, guess what? You don't believe in the scriptures. Reading on. It says, unto whom Judas answered. It is, and this is a beautiful response, because Judas could have said anything back to them. He could have got carnal, got out of the spirit, punched one of them, but his answer was in wisdom. It says, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. And with the God of heaven, it is all one, to deliver with a great multitude or a small company. So guess what? It's not a hard, hey, is anything too hard for the Lord? That's Genesis 18 and 14. The most I could have one man beat up 1,000, 10,000 people on camera, and it can happen. It says, verse 19, for the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven. The brothers got to keep that in mind. Guess what? Strength. We get our strength from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We get our strength from the Most High, the creator of heaven and earth. That's where we get our strength from, man. Now, these nations, they get their strength from a rock. Esau get his strength from the left-hand side, wickedness. But it's no strength like the strength of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Brothers got it.
So let's play this, right? Let's go back, right? Play this.
Crossing all these theories, big bang like Vegeta. I still drink to admit that sin is.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that Israelite, after he spit and fled, is still going and saying God knows what on social media.
Yeah, I just seen that.
Yep. So they're still talking.
Word, boy, I'm still a teacher. I go here a little, there a little. I act like a teacher, like the days that Noah came to rain. But the truth of
Like, and one more point, like Yaradan said, man, I mean, the Most High, when you really believe in the Most High, you know, it tell you in the second Maccabees that you have to expect the victory. Like, we know that the Most High is going to destroy these heathen when we out there. We know that. We don't say, well, what if the Lord, no, we expect the victory. You can say, well, that's proud. You got to say, Abaratazah. Well, no, it's 8. When you're confident in the Most High, we know the Most High is going to deliver his saints. Right? I mean, that's in the scriptures. Judas Maccabees expected the victory, man. We're not going out there wondering, like the brother said. In Maccabees, what did it say? What did the scripture say, King Salakia? How shall we be?
Yeah, I still got it pulled up. It says, how shall we be able, being so few?
Yeah, we're not doing that, man. What if we go to camp and, what if we just get destroyed? What if we go out there and we get overran? We're not thinking about that. We're waiting to see what the Most High is going to do for us. We believe that. We want to see the wonderful works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua if these heathen come up, man. Why are we going out there? We're going out there to defend our brethren and teach the gospel. Now, I know a lot of people or brothers, you said you want to go out there. We're not going out there to like Amos said, to incite a damn riot. We're going out there to seal the elect, like we do week in and week out by the mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, to seal the elect. Now, peradventure, these heathen want to try to hand up Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua again, then we're going to hold our peace, let the Lord fight for us, and the Most High is going to move men as he pleases.
Quick precept before we go back. Are you about to say something?
No, go ahead, King.
Quick precept. This is Psalms chapter 18, and I'm going to start at verse 36. Right, and it reads, so like I know Israel will watch the rest of the video. Psalms 18 and 36, thou hast enlarged the steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued my enemies and overtaken them. Neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I have wounded them, and they were not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet. Right, everything that's being talked about in Psalms 18 is happening before our very eyes. They slipping and falling. They doing the damn tush push, trying to push each other into the service of the Lord. Right, trying to do all this stuff to incite a riot, and the Lord got them confounded in front of their face, right? Salakia, thou hast girded up my strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued unto me those that rise up against me. And that's the mind state that everybody in this truth has to be in. Look, right now we fishermen. Fishermen not out on the water punching the fish, tackling whales, putting sharks in figure 4 leg locks and stuff, or fin locks. They out there to reel in food and bring in more sheep and more fish to the fold. And then after that, he sends forth hunters. Everybody in the truth should be riled up and stirred up to be a hunter, right? I know babies who want to be hunters, man. I know little kids who I can't wait to grab a little heathen baby and smash them, because they're being raised the right way to understand that there's a reward for the things that you diligently seek for. Right, the Lord will give you all that's in your heart. You're gonna meditate terror on these heathen. Right, it's a couple more, and then I'll let brothers finish with the video. Thou hast given me the necks of my enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Right, they was getting beat on, and what was the cops doing? Shoot, the cops might have had their phones out recording it. Took it back to the precinct, like, yo, I just seen this big old fight. Look at this, right? And they calling out to Allah, Buddha, Shiva, whoever they believe in, right? These wicked Palestinians, they so screwed up, man. They don't even have one religion that they follow, right? They pretty much damn the Ishmaelites, the Edomites of the Ishmaelite world, right? So they cried even unto their God, even unto the Lord, but nobody delivered them. It was all of the mercy that the Lord even had the brothers stop, because the brothers could have pursued them more, and it could have really got ugly. But what did they do after that? The video was short. They got back and they praised the Lord. They gave the Lord the acknowledgement for the victory.
That's right. Hey, the brothers could have chased them even unto Arabia, man. Right? To the headquarters. You know? And then spoiled their houses, man. But those days are coming. Right? We're gonna get it on the next. We're gonna really get you Ishmaelites and the time to come. We're gonna really get you in the next world to come, man.
Blood. Keep that steak up on that grilling, mo, cause me no eat no blood. We so shedding this blood.
And you can see them, Slakia, hopping the fence to your right.
Like the days of Noah came to rain, but the truth was blood. Keep that steak up on that grilling, mo, cause me no eat no blood. We so shedding this blood. By your man, your blood gon' be shed. He ain't believe the prophets when he spoke. Now that nigga dead. Recompenses on all of these nations, prices on their head. Feeling like I'm shooting laser tag with these infrareds. If you playing ballin', I ask questions straight from what I read. If you playing ballin', I ask you heard what I said. Repeat that Satan left that text on red. Like a dark life that keeps all friends is dead. Instead of being foes, my brother friends instead. We saw Charlie we gon' lame his leg. Underneath soft spot.
Look at the brothers praising the Most High. And what could the police do? You can't do nothing. The Lord is running that. Let's go back a little bit. See the brothers start praising Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua.
Put these infrareds. If you playing ballin', I ask questions straight from what I read. If you playing ballin', I ask you heard what I said. Repeat that Satan left that text on red. Like a dark life that keeps all friends is dead. Instead of being foes, my brother friends instead. We saw Charlie we gon' lame his leg. Underneath soft spot. I won't take anything but do I when it's time. Putting on the Lord, I'm praying to move these bangs. Check the wine, press he Jake the blood before he finished things. Soldier of the way, he say one word and we strap Jimmy guys. Got them, then they got him up from any range. We got more flesh within the spirit. We got many men. We didn't click together like we want. So we no more twain. Ain't got time to speak in words that's angry, cause they all be made.
Now that's what you do after you get your ass whipped. People like to talk. Now he's saying, let's do something. It was over 5,000 Ishmaelites out there. Now they on the other side.
Apparition, it's all in his brain. Open up this apple like Mauritius. Have all in his movie. We got these being out his way. Just to break his children. Zodiac said meditate and
all them Ishmaelites. Thousands of them. Heathen. They throwing stuff at the brothers. So the brothers threw it back. There's some drone work right here, man. It's like a movie. Look, there's no more than 25 brothers up there, man. See that?
Cancel out. You might have to put it in the regular speed.
All right.
Even a few. It's only a few of us, man. The Lord fighting for us, man. Strangers in it. And when they went from nation to nation, they did what? And when they went from nation to nation. We don't need that. He suffered no man to do them wrong. What the Lord say? He suffered no man to do them wrong. What the Lord say? He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings. He did what? Yea, he reproved kings. He reproved the nations, man. Right. For their sake. Saying, touch not mine anointing. Say what? Touch not mine anointing. Say what? Touch not mine anointing. Say what? Touch not mine anointing. Hey, the Lord said don't touch his anointing, man. Right. All y'all Israelites got nothing but death coming to y'all, man. Right. That you done to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's right. That's sweet, man. That's all we're doing is waiting under the tree. Give me the book of Zechariah chapter 10 and verse 5. Bring it out. Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 13. Bring it out. Ezekiel chapter 25 verse 16. Bring it out. 10 and verse 5. Bring it out. And they shall be as mighty men. As what? As mighty men. As what? As mighty men. As what? As mighty men. Which tread down their enemies. Which do what? Which tread down their enemies. Do what? Which tread down their enemies. I do 10, but 10,000 a flight, man. Right. In the mire of the street. In the what? In the mire of the street. You don't give a damn if it's in the middle of the street, on the sidewalk, in the ocean, don't matter, man. Right. In the battle, and they shall fight.
And that's the mighty brother Yair, WFI Indiana out there teaching. The brothers went right back into the spirit. Got right back into the spirit, man, bringing out the precepts. You know?
They shall what? And they shall fight. And we shall what? And they shall fight. Because the Lord is with you. Because what? Because the Lord is with you. Because what? Because the Lord is with you. And the riders on horses shall be confounded. And I will strengthen the house of Judah. And I will what? And I will strengthen the house of Judah. And I will strengthen the house of Judah. And I will save the house of Joseph. And we ain't going nowhere. We right here. We right here. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Right here. All right, bring it up, 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 bring it up. 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse number 16. And he answered, fear not. Do what? Fear not. Do what? Fear not. Read. For they that be with us. For what? For they that be with us. For what? For they that be with us. Read. Are more than they that be with them. Hey, it's more of us than it is of them. That's right. We always gonna believe in and stand on in the last days. That's right. We always got more angels with us. That's right. Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes. Do what? Open his eyes. That he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man. And he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses. Give me the book of Isaiah chapter 63. Book of Isaiah. Anything else that I called out, bring that out too. Isaiah 63 verse 1. Zechariah 9 and 13, Ezekiel chapter 25 verse 63. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Who is what?
And real quick, one more thing. Hey, brothers are in order, man. For brothers to be able to do what they got to do, hold the line, get back into the spirit, chime in, read the precepts, be temperate, and still go out there and do the work, man. That's extremely mighty out there. And brothers, we got some of the youngest brothers in camps, man. And these brothers are able to hold it down through the spirit of poverty, man. Because brothers are applying the precepts, man. The Lord said, let no man despise thy youth. These brothers are out there holding it down with wisdom and order.
Salaki, before you play it, I just want to say I commend all the mighty brothers that was out there, man. This is a beautiful sight right here, man.
Right.
This is something that, you know, the prophets of old dreamed about, to see these things, man. Right? And these brothers here, man, they exemplify what it means to stand boldly for the truth. Right? You got the young men, you got the elders there. You had Elder Ray, Yasha Paul out there.
Right.
You had the older brothers, man. You had Zabaya Allah leaking from the face. He said it ain't nothing, it's a small thing. Right? That showed you that brothers' minds was focused on Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the moment of whether it be calamity, fear, nothing, man. Nothing deterred these brothers from keeping their minds focused on serving the Lord. And I commend these brothers wholeheartedly. It was beautiful to see.
Come. All praise to the Most High. We're going to play a little bit more. We'll wind it down.
Who is this that coming from Edom? With dyed garments.
With what?
With dyed garments.
Those garments is dyed because it's going to be the blood of the other nations all over it, man. Read.
From Basra. That is glorious in his apparel. Traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Doing what?
Traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Doing what?
Traveling in the greatness of his strength.
No matter where we go, man, and we got great strength with us, man.
Right,
we got the angels around us, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua with us, man, at all times. Read.
I that speak in righteousness. It's mighty to say.
Doing what?
That's right. So, you know, these brothers like Amos said, man, the brothers went out there, and all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The brothers held it down by the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And like the brother said, that's what this truth is all about, man. It's about being your brother's keeper. It's about standing 10 toes down. It's about defending the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lord said, who shall rise up for me against the evildoers? As Psalms 94:16. And who shall rise up for me against the workers of iniquity? Right? So it's going to get to that point where everything is not just going to be, okay, I hold cap and I go home. Right? The Lord said, they that kill you will think that they do God's service. In John 16:2 on down. Or Matthew 10:17 on down, you brother will betray brother. Will be delivered up. 2 Ezra 16:70 on about Esau being a madman, sparing none, but still utterly and destroying those that fear the Lord. So things are heating up over there in Israel, Syria, Turkey, Jordan, Yemen, Iran, right? Gaza, and things are going to start heating up on this side, right? And brothers are going to have to be martyrs for this truth eventually. You know, brothers are going to have to be martyrs and understand that this truth is not just lollipops and funland, man, and burgers and hot dogs on the grill. But brothers got it.
Khan. Tasman said you need to be let back in. And then the mighty brother Gabar also had that recorded the kind of footage. He had a request. He said if the brothers can play that back from when they came up until when brothers started teaching it in full speed, like a normal speed. I'm not gonna lie, every time I've been playing it all day, it gives me, it's like, brothers play sports, it's like watching that team right before you kind of go out to, do your thing on the court or football. It's like it's motivated. You know what I'm saying? To go out and teach the words of the Lord. It makes you, when you're not in the spirit, you kind of just watch that or watch some chariots that you've seen in prior, time past, and it makes you get that spirit of war on you, man, to serve the Lord.
Kind of Salakia. Another point, we got an email today from a brother. He said, that video he watched it, he said it set him on fire. So you never know what you could do or what the Most High could do. Brother could have been slow. He said, hey, say he was slothful, that video is set him on fire. Now you want to go and I would do the work.
Said he wasn't alone. He felt like he was alone.
Mm-hmm. You on mute, King.
Okay, Khan Salakia. This can brothers hear me?
Khan.
Okay, Khan. This Philippians 1:12. But I would ye should understand, brethren, that the things which happened unto me have fallen out rather unto the furtherance of the gospel. So when Paul was being imprisoned and being persecuted, Esau would have thought that that was supposed to take away the gospel from being spread, but it did the exact opposite. A lot of times where you may think that this is something that may hinder the truth, brothers say that this is a black stain on Israel or whatever, brothers got carnal, whatever things you want to say, this is also leading to the furtherance of the gospel. My spirit was stirred when I saw this. I don't brothers and sisters, their spirit was stirred when they saw this, man. This happened to the furtherance of the gospel, right? It reads, so that my bonds and Hamashiach are manifest in all the palace and in all other places. So when Paul got locked up, everybody knew about it. This incident, everybody knows about it, right? It's manifest. This is not done in secret. Verse 14, and many of the brethren in the Lord, waxing confident by my bonds, are much more bold to speak the word without fear. You see that? So this could put a spirit on brothers to go out there more boldly and teach the word without fear. So if you have a pessimistic, carnal, heathen mindset, you're looking at this with the so-called glass half empty. Oh, why did this happen? Oh, we're still in captivity. And you got this carnal mindset. That's being carnal. But if you're spiritually minded, which is life and peace, you understand that this is stirring up brother spirits and righteousness to keep going out there and keep doing this work and see, like Tazma was saying, the spiritual aspect behind it, how the Most High has set and orchestrated this whole thing to go down. So I'm going to play this in full speed so brothers can see it.
Yeah, there is no God. What the Lord say? Yeah, there is no God. There are multiple gods. Yeah, there is no God. There is no God besides Jehovah Hashem Yahshua. Don't worry about them. They're not going to do anything. Allah's not protecting them. Right. They want to fight us, but they don't want to pick up a gun. Right. They want to fight us, but they don't want to pick up a gun. Right. Don't fight that in your forces. Don't fight that in your forces. Yeah, don't fight that in your forces.
Keep on looking like you blind. I'm with a nigga fun. Talk him on his belly like a snake. And watch how he swirl. Put him on the floor like white t-shirts. I heat up his arm. Take your G-Force straight up off that breather. Pick him like a needle. White man got you lost in all his theories. Big bang like Vegeta. I still drink the milk that's in his word. Boy, I'm still a teether. I go here a little, there a little. I act like a teacher. Like the days of Noah came to rain. With the truth of flood. Keep that steak up on that grill and no cause me no eat no blood. You so shit man's blood. By your man. Your blood gon' be shed. He ain't believe the prophets when he spoke. Now that nigga dead. Recompenses on all of these nations. Prices on their head. Feeling like I'm shooting laser tag with these infrareds. If we playing Garland, I ask questions straight for what I read. If we playing Garland, I ask you heard what I said. Repeat that Satan let that text on red. Like a dog, my life that Esau friends is dead. Instead of being foes, my brother friends instead. Esau trying this, then we gon' lay in his leg. Running me some spot. I won't take anything but boy, when it's time. Calling on the Lord, I pray to make his bang. Check the wine, press he Jake the blood before he finished things. Soldier of the way, he say, well, where did we catch any guys? Got them, then they count up from any range. We got more of us, but in the spirit, we got many names. We didn't keep together like we want. So we no more twain. Ain't got time for speaking words that's idle, cause they out be vain. And you think you want him apparition. It's all in his brain. Open up this alcohol like Mauritius. Have all in his movie. We got his soul beating out his way. Just to break his student. So we exit, meditate, and
It's only a few of us, man. The Lord started for us, man.
strangers in it. And what? Strangers in it. Strangers in it. Give it down, read. And when they went from nation to nation, they did what? And when they went from nation to nation. We don't need that.
That's right. That's right, man.
Quick precept. This is the book of James, chapter 5 and verse 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. So this is what you do. You look at the examples before. You look at the examples of brothers laying their life on the line so that the words of the Lord can be magnified, so that people can get understanding. You take that for an example. And all the mighty brothers said people hit them up and told them how it lit a fire under them. Right? You need things like this. You need people to be examples. You need men without fear to stand stiffly and boldly and be as a lion before the face of the enemy.
And I'm going to bring out this quick point too. That's a mighty point. And two, you know, you got to understand that Israel is being brought in many ways, right? Brother may be watching these videos and get brought in by the strength of these men. You know, who are these brothers? I never seen anybody standing so strong. I never seen brothers that know the precepts. I never seen how the enemy and the police could stand and protect, right? Israelites. Who are the Israelites? Who are the Hebrew Israelites? This is not just going on in our community, man. It's not just going on amongst WFI and the rest of our camps. This is all the way in Ishmaelite news. It's all the way in South America, Africa, right? It's hitting all mainstream, right? End time headlines. And this is just one of many to come of accounts of all hell breaking loose, of race wars, riots, seditions, and all hell being broke loose throughout the four corners of the earth. So the Most High is going to have men coming in, you understand, on the highways and byways, by the videos, by the riots, right? It's many ways to stir up brothers that come and serve the Most High. Hey, just not too long ago, right, the Most High had the Jews all in, right, Sports Center. Kyrie Irving talking about it, Kanye West. So the Most High is going to move the elements and set the stage for his people to come home. And you got to really be understanding of what's going on, how the Most High is using that to bring brothers in too. Because men were getting on fire, like the brother brought out the mighty precept, through Paul's bonds. When Paul got locked up, it set men on fire. And when a brother gets, God forbid, persecuted in days to come, when brothers get locked up, when brothers have race wars and all of these different things, that's going to stir the minds and the hearts of brothers to be on fire, to die for the Lord, man. I don't know about other brothers, but when I read about Yahushua and all of the things he went through, the torture, right, getting beat, hated on, right, all of these different things, it stirs up my spirit. When I read about how mighty Nehemiah was, the strength he had, it stirred up my spirit. It's a reason why these accounts are in there. It's not just about shrimp, crab, and lobster, thou shalt not eat, right, and then keep the Feast of Tabernacles and keep the Passover, and just ordinances. Right? Why are there so many accounts of strength, of death in the scriptures, of might, of promises? These things that stir up your spirit to get you ready for the days to come. And you have to understand, through much tribulation should we enter into the kingdom of heaven. This isn't going to be an easy walk. So these things, by the mercy of the Most High, is showing us as well as getting us ready for the days to come. Let me bring out this quick precept. It's 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse number 4. But in all things, approving ourselves as the ministers of God in much patience. So the Lord gives you a list of things that approve yourself as a minister. You can't call yourself a prophet, an apostle, a man of God. You didn't approve yourself in all of these things. It's not just teacher behind a pulpit. You wear a suit, right? And then everybody just gives you money, man. That's a false prophet. You have to approve yourself in the situations that the prophets and the men of old were in. It says this. It says in patience, in afflictions, in necessities, and distress, and stripes, and imprisonments, and tumults, and labors, and washing, right? Watching, and fasting. These are all things that the Most High said his true ministers are going to be in. You can't call yourself a prophet and all you do is hide. All you do is make videos, right? You're never out there with the public. You never have your forehead strong against their forehead like Ezekiel. You never were threatened like Jeremiah and the men of Enoch. You never had these things witnessed against you like the ancient men of old. How can you say you're moving in that spirit? How can you be testifying against these nations like the prophets did before in Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8? How can you be saying that you're in the spirit of Yahweh, which is the spirit of prophecy? It says, in pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness, by the Holy Ghost, by love and firm, by the word of God, so like it by the word of truth, by the power of God, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left, by honor and dishonor, by evil report. So it's prophesied that the ministers are going to have an evil report of the world, and even of your own people, man. Because our people have an evil report on us. We were going under that earlier on in the lesson. How people were blaming before they have examined the cause, calling brothers wicked, calling brothers out of order, say that we pushed and we were the main ones going against, you understand, these heathen, when all we were doing is defending ourselves, right, and our brethren, not having any understanding of what's going on. So it's prophesied that we would have an evil report. So that's another thing to look forward to in the days of come, everybody pointing at you as an evil report. It says this, by evil report and good report. Who's the good report? Of our brethren, the angels and the Most High. That's the good report we're going to have, because everybody else is going to hate us. It says as deceivers, right? Because the world was looked at as black Hebrew Israelite extremists. We're deceivers to the Christian church. We're deceivers to these nations. It says, and yet truth, as unknown and yet well known, as dying and behold we live, as chastened and not killed. It's the last point. As sorrowful, yet always rejoicing. And even though that was a situation where brothers have got hit, may have got scarred, right? I mean, that happens in battle. I mean, when you swing that sword, you're bound to get touched in battle, right? But that doesn't mean that anybody was put to flight, anybody died, right? That's just what come to it. As sorrow, yet always rejoicing. And what did the men of the Lord do as soon as they put the heathen to flight? They were rejoicing. They were turning up. They were magnifying the name of the Most High. It says, as poor, yet making many rich, as having nothing, yet possessing all things. And as we go out here and labor and teach the people and be a light shining in a dark place, right? Most High willing, we're laying up treasures that are within the heaven. So you want to go through these accounts, read these scriptures, and apply it, not just in the days of old, but apply it to the days we living in now, because we're living in the time of prophecy. Bro's got it.
So like your 2 quick points, quick precept. This is Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 29. Brothers brought this out earlier, but we're gonna bring it out again. The glory of young men is their strength, and the beauty of old men is the gray hair. And I put this in retrospect that the brother Tazamah and Zabaya Allah, these are young brothers on here, where all of us are essentially young brothers. Nobody on here is older than 33. Right, Tazama, you how old are you? What you 21?
Nah, I'm just turned 20.
The brother just turned 20. Zabaya Allah, you 25, right?
23.
23. I want y'all to keep that in retrospect. These young men, they're in Chicago. They could be doing anything in the world, but the Lord has them standing on the corner at the beam, standing in front of thousands of Ishmaelites, prophesying and praising the Lord. And you got men scoffing, saying all this stuff about these young brothers. Now, all of us was up here, and Yardan is young too as well, right? We consider the elders up here, right? Them 2 brothers up top, they got the gray hair. You know, we was talking about that at camp, right? But I want to just say, it's a beautiful thing to have this, you know, be played before your eyes, so you can see that the young men are being risen up and standing battle tested, ready for everything. And secondly, don't think that it's just nothing but division in Israel. All camps have been hitting brothers up, checking on brothers, saying we're ready to come out there and we're ready to stand toe-to-toe with y'all. At least 5 camps hit me up today, asking me how the brothers was doing, asking, can we come out there with y'all, so on and so forth. So don't be dismayed that a couple camps stir up strife, or they're like, look, we're going to do our own thing. We're going to keep moving in the spirit of gathering ourselves together, O nation not desired. Building up our brothers and sisters, right? This is truly being in the spirit right here. So don't get it misconstrued that because a camp or a person may be hating, that it's always division in Israel. Because when the end all be all comes, you're going to see who's truly in the spirit of the Lord.
I got a precept.
Come.
I got one precept real quick. It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 12, and verse 27. I start verse 26. He sent spies also unto their tents, who came again and told him that they were appointed to come upon them in the night season, right? So the heathens, they're going to come upon Jonathan and his army in the night season, right? And it says, wherefore, so soon as the sun was down, Jonathan commanded his men to watch and to be in arms, that all the night long they might be ready to fight. And as brothers put it, they gonna continue being out there, for more weeks to come, and we gonna continue being out there. This war, this is essentially war, man. This Most High has it in the spirit of war for a reason, and we're commanded to watch all the night long and be ready at any point in time. Even these days leading up, to the Sabbath, we're commanded to watch, always ready to fight, man, not lacking, as they put it, right? And it says also he sent forth sentinels round about the host. But when the adversaries heard that Jonathan and his men were ready for battle, they feared, right? Because they know what they did in times past, man. They know what happened the last weekend, man. So now they know that we're getting ready for battle. They're gonna fear, man, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if not one Ishmaelite shows up, right? They hear what was going on. They say, you know what? Damn, they taking this serious. You damn right, man. Coming with a full army, men of the Lord. And it says, and trembled in their hearts, and they kindled fires in their camp. Howbeit Jonathan and his company knew it not to the morning, for they saw the lights burning. Then Jonathan pursued after them, but overtook them not, for they were going over the river Eleutherius, right? Put them to flight. Verse 31, here's the point. Wherefore Jonathan turned to the Arabians, who are called Zabadians, and smote them and took their spoils. And the Most High, our forefathers, was smiting the heirs back then, and the Most High got it happening all over again. Look at that. All right, brothers got it.
Con. And we could wind that, brothers. We could bring out the closing precepts. So you Israel, this is a beautiful thing from Yahweh Bashmiel Shah. This is a beautiful, beautiful day in Israel, man. Beautiful day. And if you are going out there, come out in order, right? If you say, like, I want to come out there in order and come out, in the spirit of righteousness. Because I know people plan on going out there, right? But all things be done decently and in order. We're not going out there again, say it the third time, to flip over houses, man, right? And to do God knows what. We out there to teach this gospel, right? And to defend our brethren, right? But brothers got it.
Con, I bring it out right through the spirit of the Most High. All right, let me get this quick precept. Right, this is the book of Philippians, chapter 1 and verse number 20. Right, and I normally go to Revelation chapter 3 and verse 2, but I'm gonna switch it up tonight, through the spirit. It's the book of Philippians, chapter 1 and verse 20. According to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I should be ashamed. So you can't be ashamed of this gospel. Don't be that brother that only teaches in the comfort of your city, where it's not a tumult, it's not an uprise, there's no uproars, you're safe, you're okay, right? There's nothing that's going to injure you. You should want to put your life on the line for your brethren, man. That's what war is all about. War isn't about comfortability. War is about taking chances. War is about having faith. War is about the Most High leading you. and you showing yourself a man. That's what war is. War isn't for the timid and the weak. That's why the brother Amos brought out that precept in the law. Now, if you scared, hey, look, stay at home. Right? That's Deuteronomy 20, verse 8 all the way down. So the real men, they're going to charge, right, the army to be in order, to keep rank, to be on fire, and most importantly, above all things, have faith in the Most High and let the Most High move you. Not presumptuously after your own charge, after your own mind, after your own zealousness and lust to do God knows what, to put the nation in jeopardy or your brethren in all type of harm. Huh? We move after the commandment of the Lord in patience with the precepts, right? It says, let me read that again. That in nothing I should be ashamed. And a lot of brothers are ashamed of this gospel. And I'm going to tell you why. They're ashamed because they only want to teach it and teach it in part. They don't want to teach the whole gospel. The whole gospel has to be spoken about. The whole gospel has to happen. The whole gospel, right, literally is unfolding in the last days. It's not just about love and peace and come, you know, inherit everlasting life and eat of the tree of life. It's more than a Bible of those precepts. It says, but that with all boldness, as always. So now also Yahushua shall be magnified in my body. What does it mean when Paul said that Yahushua had to be magnified in his body? I mean, he might have cuts, bruises. Hey, Paul said, I bear in my body the marks of Yahushua in the book of Galatians. So you could visually see the marred and the preparedness of his body, of the things that he went through. Whether he was stoned, right? Whatever the case may be, heat, sweat, your raiment being torn. These are all clear indications that men are going to go through it. Men are going to be hungry. Men are going to damn near faint. We're going to be out here following the Most High. So it says, let me read that last part again. As always. So now also Yahushua shall be magnified in my body. And that could be by death, being locked up. You have to magnify the Lord in your body. And that's not always talking about with song and dance. It says whether it be by life, right, or by death. So you can magnify the Lord in life while you're on this earth. And when it comes to a point, you can't withdraw yourself by magnifying the Lord, even if that means that you're going to be brought by death by the things that you do. So if you're going to live the gospel, be about the gospel. Don't be a hypocrite in these last days. Don't fear. The Lord said in the book of Sirach, the second chapter, the classic, whoever followed the Lord and been confounded, paraphrasing. Right? When did he ever turn his back on them that trust in him? So you have to have that faith in the last days. And we charge all Israel to stay spiritual and stay in the spirit. Brothers got it.
John, I got a closing precept. Right, it's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 9 and verse number 9. It reads, I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, nevertheless, unto them that remain, he said, let us arise and go up against our enemies. At peradventure, we may be able to fight with them. But they dehorted him, saying, we shall never be able. Let us now rather save our lives, and hereafter we will return with our brethren and fight against them, for we are but few. And that's off. That's a wicked spirit to be in. Guess what Judas Maccabee said? Then Judas said, God forbid that I should do this thing and flee away from them. If our time be come, let us die manfully for our brethren, and let us not stain our honor. So we're going to continue to go out there, wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, seal the hopeful elect, magnify the name of the Most High God, and guess what? If our time come to die, guess what? It is what it is. You don't think brothers on this live stream counted the cost? You don't think they counted cost? Certain brothers, they got children, wives, families. You don't think they counted the cost to say, you know what? I could possibly die for this thing. And we counted the cost, man. And every brother up here is cool with the decision that they have made. And most are willing, that's not going to change. And we standing on that, man. Other than that, guess what? We out there to do one mission, wake up the elect. I got one more. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 2. And this should let you know that this truth is not a game, man. Like we told brothers last week, after today, this thing is not a game. right? It's no time to be slothful. It's no time to start doubting yourself, waxing words. This is life or death. This truth is not just something to do on the side. You know, it's interesting. It's something to get into. No, this is real life. This is reality, man. This is not a video game. Let me bring this out in Revelation chapter 2. And if you think it's a game, well, guess what? You're going to be in for a rude awakening. This Revelation chapter 2 and verse number 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. I'm going to read that again. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. This is the point. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And if you have that mindset, you know you can never fail through the Spirit. Brothers got it.
God. It's the Spirit. It's the Spirit. He brought it out. This is Luke chapter 14. Can brothers hear me? And it's Luke chapter 14. I'll jump down to verse 30. And it reads, I said at verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, lest happily after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish, it's like he is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. And to finish is to possibly die for Yahweh Shemel Rashad. That's finishing the work. That's the finish line, right? If it be the will of the Lord, you know, and if it, or chiefly if it be our life, I mean, you may give up the ghost. And that's something that you actually have to sit down and really meditate upon. If you love your life, if you love the convenient things of this world, if you love playing Xbox at 2 in the morning, then maybe this thing isn't for you. It's just not. And it reads, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king going to make war against another sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000. And so in all manner in life, you shall always consider and count the cost, how much more this truth, and really examine how severe it is. I mean, your brothers' lives are on the line, literally, you know. And these verses about the end times and persecution, you're going to read them in a different light. 3 years ago, 2 years ago, you kind of read it, just saying kind. But when you read it now and look up, you realize how much more weightier it is. With that, I yield.
I got a closing precept, two quick precepts. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 3. Remembering without ceasing your work of faith and labor of love. I mean, out there was a labor of love, man. Right? That's a work of faith, man. We believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and we willing to put skin in the game for that, man. Not giving a damn what anybody thinks. The Most High sees that. It's about to tell you, and it says, in labor of love and patience of hope in our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, in the sight of God and our Father. You don't think the Most High and the angels seen that? You don't think they was diligently recording that matter, man? Most High strategically lined up. Now, I can't see it. Brothers couldn't see it, but the Most High strategically lined up the chariots and the angels in a certain position, man. Had things go according to flow, man. Right? Just to make sure brothers was okay. Brothers had the faith, man. That's the labor of love. That's work of faith, man. The Most High and the angels, they seen that, man. Right? Hey, Luke 15:10, the angels rejoice when somebody comes into the truth and understands this knowledge. I'm led to believe the angels are rejoicing, man. Right? They long to see that. Right? Let me go to the book of Matthew chapter 20 and verse number 20. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, what wilt thou? She saith unto him, grant that these my two sons may sit the one on the right hand and the other on the left in the kingdom. But Yahushua answered and said, you know not what you ask. Are you able to drink of the cup that I drink of? Right? Are you able to go through things I'm about to go through? Are you able to walk this life? Not everybody's able to walk this life. Just because you gotta, you gotta dress, you got fringes, or you got a beard, right? You don't shave your head, right? Hey, that don't mean you're able to walk the life of the Lord, right? And it says, and to be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with, they say unto him, we are able. And they said to the Lord, yeah, we can do that. And what the Lord said, verse 23, he saith unto them, you shall indeed drink of my cup and be baptized with the baptism. So I can end with the baptisms that I'm baptized with, but to sit on my right hand, on my left, it is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. Meaning we're gonna go through these things, man. We signed up for this. Like the brother played earlier, it's our blood is in this, man. Blood covenant, blood contract with the Lord, and we ain't looking back. We ain't gonna look back, God forbid. All right, so remember, the Most High is seeing these different things happen upon earth. All right, brothers got it.
And as we approach closer to the day of the Lord, all Israel got to realize that we got to start being cross bearers instead of just crown wearers. We can't just wear that title of being Israel and think everything is sweet, right? We already got to the honey part. Now it's bitter in our belly. Now it's going to get real. Now it's going to see who truly is for the Lord, whose heart is truly in this. A lot of people can talk the talk, but are their feet going to really allow them to walk the walk? Ultimately, the Lord guards our steps, right? So this is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 9. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. So whenever you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, or you feel like you can't bear this, you feel yourself getting weak, when has the Lord ever forsaken those who called upon his name? When have you looked in the scriptures and saw the Lord not answer to those who diligently seek after him? Now, again, to reiterate what the brother Naquam said, we're not going out here to have a damn gang war. We're not coming out here to be like Bloods and Crips, MS-13 and La Raza, whatever it may be. We coming out there to diligently preach the word of the Lord, be our brother's keeper. And if you decide to come out there with us, understand that we move in order. The Lord does not move or deal with confusion. Subdue your own understanding, subdue your own wants of wanting to just steal off on the Ishmaelite. Don't be that guy that starts a riot because you couldn't control your emotions. And I want to compel everybody, this is my last thing. If you're coming out there, leave your wives and your children at home. The battlefield is not a place for women and children. Be wise when you come out there, right? This is not the time to be like, oh, I wanted them to see the mighty brother so-and-so bring it out in person. That's another day if it be the Lord's will. Right now, this is a business meeting. This is a business trip. That's how we look at it. We say this to each other all the time. When we out there, this is a business trip. Ain't no fun, ain't no games till all is said and done. So if you coming out there, be in order. Learn how to take order. Be in subjection to the elder men who are going to be out there, right? Because we look after your souls and we care for your souls while we out there. With that, I say, shalom.
I'm gonna just get the Revelation 22 and 12, right? Revelation chapter 22 and 12. And brothers are making excellent points. It reads, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. And that's part of doing the work of the Most High. Part of doing the work of the Most High is defending your brethren. Part of doing the work of the Most High is being bold. Part of doing the work of the Most High is hating wickedness and idolatry. Part of doing the work of the Most High is be willing to die for your brother. All of this is doing the work of the Most High. And that's part of the works that are going to be weighed in the balance in the day of judgment. So with that, Most High willing, brothers was edified. Lord willing, brothers have been inspired through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Rashad to push this truth on a high level, to stay in the spirit, to see the mighty works and what the Most High can do for you if you stay rooted and grounded in this truth and move in the spirit of faith. To hell with the Quran, to hell with all Ishmaelites, all you nations, you Edomites, you Moabites, you Philistines, you Palestinians, you Israelis, right? You so-called Jews not in Israel, right? The Amalekites, which are you so-called Jews, you Hamites, and all you other strange nations who come up against the Most High and his anointed, man. Death and destruction to you. We wish curses upon you. We hope your families starve. We hope there's more bombings. We hope there's more famines upon you, other nations, and more judgment day in and day out. So with that, we're going to close up. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.